The views and opinions of this broadcast are those of wearecolerain.com and their volunteers, and do not express the interests of Colerain High School, the Colerain Boosters, or Northwest School District. Enjoy the game.
Welcome to 8801 Cheviot Road, home of the Colerain Cardinals. Tonight begins the 2018 season for your varsity football Cardinals, and they open up at home against the Lancers from Lasalle High School. Hi, this is Chris Himanitis with wearecolerain.com in conjunction with Waycross Community Media, bringing you tonight's live broadcast. In the booth, along with Brian and Brandon Wyatt and Mike Work on production, we are excited to be bringing you Colerain Cardinal football. It has been a long offseason for these Cardinals as they have been trying to get ready to tackle a new season in the wake of a very crushing and upsetting semifinal loss last year at the hands of Pickerington Central. After a fantastic 11-3 season, the Cardinals come into this year with 14 returning starters, high aspirations, and a very difficult schedule to start things off, as they always do. This year with LaSalle and once again St. Xavier in week 2. We'll talk a lot more about the schedule as we get into the broadcast. So excited and happy to be here. A couple of items that we want to clean up for you from a housekeeping perspective. First and foremost, we are very fortunate tonight that Waycross Community Media, the local community television production facility here in the Colerain and Green Townships, are able to bring you this broadcast live tonight via video. Now, we are permitted to do this. We are in accordance with OSHA rules, but we're only allowed to do this during home games. But I would always encourage you, if you're within 10 or 15, 20 miles of Colerain High School, you should be here. Hopefully you're not at home watching the game. Hopefully you're somewhere far away and you couldn't be here, or you're in a situation where if you are close, there's a reason you can't be here, because there are going to be thousands of people here tonight. It's Hall of Fame night for the Colerain High Schools. It's Orange Out in honor of raising money and funds to support Joe Bertram and his family. It's going to be just a fantastic night at Colerain High School. It feels almost like it's mid-September, Brian. It's cool. The wind's got a nice little breeze going to it. We got about 8 minutes to go before kickoff. Really couldn't ask for a better night for high school football.
You know what? The weather gods are in our favor tonight. Normally this time of year it's 90 degrees, 90% humidity, and it's a war of attrition. Tonight, what is it, about 72 degrees? It's supposed to drop down to the 60s by the end of the game. It's going to be awesome. No excuses for the weather tonight. No clouds in the sky. There's all kinds of not much wind, and it's chaos up here in the booth right here. Everybody's so excited. Somebody go lock that door.
Yeah, there's a lot of people poking their head in trying to get some attention, and we understand totally. But, Brandon, I mentioned before some of the housekeeping items. There's all kinds of different ways that folks can get in touch with us, and they can follow us and keep up with us on social media. Can you kind of run through what those are so that all of our, maybe some new listeners or first-time listeners, get a chance to hear that?
So there are several ways to get a hold of us here in the booth. First and foremost, there is the email address at radio@wearecolerain.com. We'll be answering emails. Let us know where you're listening from, maybe what class. You don't even have to be a graduate program. Just let us know where you're listening from. You could be a LaSalle fan for all we care. You can also find us on Twitter at wearecolerain.com and comment directly to us on the YouTube chat. So if you see in your stream at the bottom, if you don't go full screen, there's a live chat, and you can give us a shout out on there. So, radio@wearecolerain.com, Twitter, YouTube. Anyways, reach us. Let us know where you're listening from.
Already got one comment in the chat from Tim Rigabar, listening from New York. Fantastic, Tim. Enjoy the broadcast. Have any questions at all about this year's team or about what we do or how the boosters support what we do? Please take a minute and go ahead and send it in that chat. Or again, you can always find us on Twitter and again on our Facebook page as well. So we are super excited to get started. Just about 6 minutes to go left before we get ready to kick off. And again, just as a reminder, this is a Waycross broadcast. So at one point here in the next few minutes, we're going to go ahead and kind of take just a break. We're going to go dead silent on the air. There'll be a Waycross intro so that we can go ahead and do this intro kind of again for Waycross, as they're going to record the game and provide it to those here in the Colerain community via playback on local Spectrum and other television networks.
Optics as
now,
well.
Chris, do we still have the ability to donate to the boosters on the screen this year?
We do. If you look in the top right hand of your screens, you just scroll it on up, you look at it, there is the possibility there. You see a little information icon, you click on that, and YouTube allows you to directly donate. It's a program that YouTube has as a nonprofit. directly donate to the boosters, so just click on up there. Any support helps, and it's an easy way to support the boosters. 100%, it's a program by YouTube for any nonprofit that they'll take care of all the transaction fees. 100% goes to the nonprofit of your choice.
And the Colerain Boosters, then this is not just about the football. It's all about football tonight, but the Colerain Boosters support every sport, soccer, baseball, softball, everything, and all
Band,
the extracurriculars.
cheerleaders.
Band, yeah, all the extracurricular. Everything that goes on in Colerain High School, Colerain Middle School, and White Oak Middle is supported by the boosters. So everything that we do here is volunteer. Every dollar that we can raise, we can do a better broadcast for you and give more money to our students, and where we can show all the student athletes and everybody here at Colerain High School. So if you're not a member of the boosters, you can join on our website. But if you just like to donate, just click on that tab.
Absolutely, and just one final part on that. I noticed again this week where there are some schools in the state of Ohio that are offering the opportunity to watch and or listen live to their broadcast, but they charge a fee, like $5 a game. That's not how we do it here at Colerain. We don't do it that way at all. We provide this to you as a service because of the support from the great alumni and the community that support Colerain High School and White Oak Middle and Colerain Middle, because the CHE's boosters help them as well. So again, click on that eye, please, at some point during the broadcast. Throw in $5, $10, whatever you can. Trust me, the entertainment value alone tonight will be well worth it.
And money also can be directed to a specific program. If you want to donate $100, write us a little note in there saying, hey, this is for the band. And we would each kind of group has their own has their own way of requesting money and their own bank account. So we can, if you want to direct specific money to the band, we can do it for you.
So, as the Lasalle Lancers take the field again, you can reach us in the booth at radiowearecolerain.com or directly in the live chat on the YouTube stream. And we're going to give another couple shout-outs. This one, Theo Smith, another listener from the state of New York. And we also got Chris Walker listening in from Humboldt, Texas.
I tell you what, that's a super fan right there, Chris Walker. Good to hear. Yeah. One day we'll get down there. If you can get it together. Chris always says we should play some of those teams down in Texas. Well, get them up here, Chris. We'll play them.
So LaSalle is taking the field. The Cardinals are on the precipice, waiting for the referees to actually go out first. They're coming down the steps. The clickety-clack of the cleats. The popcorn in the air.
This is the fifth year in a row for these two teams. LaSalle has the edge, 3-1. Kind of the scuttlebutt this past week and a half, 2 weeks, has been that this is the last game these two teams have agreed to. It might be the last time these two teams play to open up a season. We're going to go ahead and pause right now for our Waycross opening. Welcome to 8801 Cheviot Road, home of the Colerain Cardinals. We're kicking off the 2018 football season tonight with your Colerain Cardinals battling the Lancers from Lasalle High School. It is a beautiful night here at Colerain High School as we get ready to watch two teams separated by 4 miles. Backyard neighbors, classmates at a younger age, and now on the gridiron against each other. Brian, these two teams have battled for the past 4 years. This is the 5th year in a row. LaSalle holds a 3-1 edge, but the Cards bringing a tongue back. The last 2 games settled by single-digit points. We're going to have a phenomenal football game, I think, tonight.
It always is when these two teams get together. And as you said, these guys have played together in youth football. They've come up and they've gone to other schools, but a lot of them are really good friends off the field, and a lot of them don't like each other off the field. That's what makes these neighborhood brawls that much special.
And you say that same thing. A couple of them will be teammates next year at UC. So the neighborhood, tonight will be an intense battle. But, once they get outside those white lines, they'll be friends afterwards.
Those voices you hear, of course, of Brian first and then Brandon Wyatt of WeAreColerain.com. This is Chris Simonitis with WeAreColerain.com. Here with Waycross Community Media, Mike Warwick also with WeAreColerain.com here. We thank you and encourage you to tuning in to tonight's program live if you're watching on WeAreColerain.com. If you're watching on playback on Waycross, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for finding it and watching it. We're getting ready for kickoff here between the Colerain Cardinals and the Lasalle Lancers. These are two very talented football teams that are going to look to run fast and hit hard and really establish the beginning of their season with a victory tonight.
Yeah,
the home team has won each one of these past 4 games, so that bodes well for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Colerain High School, they're going to be in the all-red, LaSalle in the all-white. Didn't see the flip of the coin, but Colerain has, they're going to be kicking off. LaSalle's going to be sitting up deep.
Regardless of who won the toss, this always seems to be the way Colerain wants to do it. They want to start the ball on defense
Looks
first.
like we got some type of referees are asking one of the Colerain players
They
off.
say Sean Pace's knee pad is not low enough, so he can't participate on the play. So he has to come out for a play.
Okay, it's just like if the helmet came off.
For Colerain, to start the evening, it'll be their all-state kicker returning starter, Chris Mangold, who was 12 for 12 last year for the Colerain Cardinals.
Here we go. Ball's lined up at the 40, and we are underway to the 2018 season. It's a short kick taken at about the 5-yard line, up to the 10, being pushed out wide to the 12, stays on his feet, does the return man, and takes it out past the 15-yard line, where LaSalle will start off. First down and 10.
Yeah, Devontae Smith taking it about his own 4-yard line, and he gets to the outside looking for a block, and that was Ivan Pace on kickoff coverage. You'll hear that name a lot. Ivan Pace playing offense and defense. Gets a decent return out to the LaSalle 17-yard line.
Real question coming into tonight
16.
was who's going to be the starting quarterback for LaSalle. A lot of secrecy around it tonight, and it looks like, at least to start the game, is going to be the Lakota West transfer, M.J. Horton, a junior, 6 foot, 170 pounds.
Horton, the starter last year for the Firebirds, and he had all sorts of trouble last year against the Colerain Cardinals, scrambling for his life. He'll have a little bit better protection this year, but the Cardinals are still going to get after Horton.
So we've got a flag pre-snap.
Colerain's defensive line kind of shifted over to read the play, and it looked like the right guard. This is a new offensive line. LaSalle loses a lot of starters from last year. They're not as big, a little bit undersized, but they're talking about how quick they are.
So we get say we'll do first play here, then follow up with starters.
Horton in a shotgun.
Ball's loose. Cardinals have it.
And the Cardinals have recovered on the first snap of the season. The Colerain defense recovers the fumble, and the offense will take over inside the 10.
That's your starting sophomore, his first varsity snap. Mike Best comes up with a fumble recovery for the Colerain Cardinals.
How appropriate is it that we start the year on a fumble in our direction, given the 5 fumbles we had last year in the state semifinals?
You know what? It was a shotgun start, and it looked like the guard pulled a little bit early, and the ball never got back to the quarterback. It looked like it hit the pulling guard. Little timing up there. Colerain has the ball, first and goal at the LaSalle 9.
DSM 2.0, Deontay Smithmore under center.
The senior quarterback takes the ball, hands the ball off to Ivan Pace Jr., who battles it down inside the 5-yard line.
No option on this play. That's just a straight fullback trap. As we get another look at the fumble.
Yeah, it never even got off the ground, it looked like. So that'll be second and goal, and we have, what do we got going now? The referee's stopping.
Yeah,
It's the first games for the refs, too.
Yep.
They didn't like somebody's foul.
There's a towel. They got rid of the towel.
So Ivan Pace lined up in the eye directly behind Deontay Smith.
Second goal is 4. It's just Colerain offense against this touted LaSalle defense with the triple linebacker threat. Quads, really.
We'll talk a lot about them. Deontay Smith keeps it himself, takes it inside. He's met. He's still churning. He's moving. He's close to the end zone.
Touchdown! Deontay Smithmore!
Good push up front. That's Will Coleman, Cameron Clark, Ace Aaron Swinner, TJ Ganella, Rusty Beth, and Brian Brewer all up pushing up front, leading. That was just a straight quarterback follow. Colerain takes advantage of the first turnover of the game. Deontay Smith-Moore.
And he's hit at the 4-yard line, and that's a combination of two things. Weight room, Deontay Smith-Moore, all 185 pounds of him pushing forward, but he's also using that small frame. He never hit the turf, kept his body on top of other players, and rolled in the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, snaps bobbled a little bit, scrambled. Yeah.
That is not something you're going to see a whole lot of this year. Mishandled. It was kind of a bad snap.
Didn't see who it was breaking in a new long snapper. That's always hard to find.
It's Luke Bowden, the coach's son and captain, long snapping for the Cardinals. The bad snap there. Deontay Smith-Moore can't do much with it. So, last year's game ended 6-0 in favor of the Lancers after just 37 seconds here in this game. The Cardinals are up 6-0.
Couldn't really ask for a better start. I mean, outside of the missed extra point there, or I should say missed snap on the extra point, but you got to be happy with the Cardinals defense coming out on the first play, creating the turnover, and then 2 plays later, Cardinals creating positive yards and putting it in the end zone.
Football is a game of momentum. Colerain has it early. It's to take advantage of it. And, as all throttle, no brake, as Coach Bolden says.
It's all gas, no brakes.
All district. No.
Again, you can reach us at the booth at Radio. We are at Colerain.com or in the chat on YouTube. We got a Chris listening from Jonesboro, Arkansas, and Dylan Bigner listening live from Cincy. Bigner, a former Colerain Cardinal.
There's the kickoff once again. Mangle puts it, and he's going to put it right into the end zone. There'll be no return on that. Taken out to the 20.
And we saw the first kick. That was designed to be short. They wanted Mangle to kick it as high as possible and long as possible. Let the defense get down there, try to trap him inside the 20. This time they just said, you know what, Chris, just kick it deep. He does so. And in high school rules, as soon as the ball crosses the plane, it is a touchback, and there it is there.
So back out a little. Lasalle Lancers on their second possession. This one a little bit better field for them. They're going to be at the 20.
And after the snap, we'll attempt again to get your defensive starters.
Yep. So Horton gets a snap this time. He's just going to roll to his right, see what he can do. He's going to pick up a few yards. We'll call it 2, 2nd down and 8.
Your starters for the Colerain Cardinals: at linebacker, Ivan Pace Jr. At defensive line, Mason Hill, Dante Corleone, and Donovan Owens. At the other outside linebacker, going to look like a defensive tackle out there, Eric Phillips. In the middle, Mike Bess and Luke Bowden. And in the secondary, Sincere Jones and Alonzo Kendricks on the corners, Deshaun Pace and Jakari Patterson on the safeties.
Horton looking to pass. He rolls out to his left and does. Unfortunately for him, it is out over the outstretched arms of his receiver, number 11, Jake Seibert, who's a junior, I believe also. Oh, no, wait, I guess it's his brother that's the kickoff. Yeah, no, it's the same guy.
There's 2 kids.
Nope, Jake Seibert.
Yeah, Lasalle is going to try to spread you out in this direction and try to get one-on-one matchup. Colerain stays home this time, forcing him to throw it away. Brings up a 3rd down and 7.
Horton in the backfield once again, barking out plays.
Just like Colerain, no huddle. They'll adjust the play once they see what Colerain's defense. But you know what? Colerain doesn't flash a lot of different defenses at you.
Single back set. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Horton drops back, not a whole lot of pressure. Throws it across the middle and is thrown out of bounds. No chance for a completion there, and the Cardinals defense holds.
Yeah, Sincere Jones was all over Kevin Swift, one-on-one, just looking for the quick hook on the sidelines. Not a lot of timing. He had him smothered. That's going to bring up, here's your backup quarterback for tonight. Who's going to be your punter? Neiman.
And that was just simply flood one side with defenders and receivers, one-on-one with your best receiver versus the best DB. And that ball, even if it's there, Sincere Jones is there, but it's overthrown, probably uncatchable out of bounds.
Yeah, Sincere Jones back to take the kick along with J.J. Davis, 2 of them back there.
There's the kick. It's a short kick. Coming up to get it is Sincere Jones. He catches it at the 40. Runs around, tries to find some room.
He's gone. He's got a bunch of space in front, just a punter.
He's got a punter to beat, and he can't get by him, but that's a great return for the Cardinals as they'll have it 1st and 10 inside the LaSalle Lancer 20-yard line.
Yeah, Sincere, big return back. sets up Colerain again deep in Lasalle territory. He had a good block up by Jakari Patterson, but he did a lot of that own, showed some speed to the outside. Neiman stops him. Colerain has the ball at the LaSalle 18.
And if you're the Cardinals, great field position on your first drive. Second drive, just as good.
Yeah, let's talk. This defense is backed up again against this thing, against their own end zone. So Brody Engel, Garrett Bledsoe, Luke Thiemann, and Jared Lurin.
Colerain in the I formation, pace fullback Freddie Johnson dotting the I.
Super sophomore. Let's see what happens here. Deontay Smith-Moore takes it, fakes the handoff, keeps himself, makes one man miss, is going to pick up a couple yards on that play.
We talk about these LaSalle linebackers. You got Brody Engel, Garrett Bledsoe, Jared Earn, and Luke Thiemann. All of these guys except for Thiemann have started for the LaSalle Lancers since they were sophomores. They are super sophomores. They've been here since they're all three of them committed to play Division I football next year.
They are, without a doubt, in my opinion, one of the top 3 linebacking corps in the entire state, regardless of division. So here we go, 2nd down and 8, ball on the 16-yard line. Deontay Smith-Moore takes it, hands it off this time right over the middle, trying to soften up the middle of that defense a little bit.
A good push up front. He gives the ball to Ivan Pace. Not a lot of room. Allows the backside pursuit, but he sets up a almost 2-down territory. 3rd down, let's call it 6. We see here on the replay, he just gets behind the wall, and LaSalle defensive line does a great job just plugging up. Nowhere for him to go. Good push by the offensive line. He didn't break a big one, but he did pick up 3 yards.
So 9.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Cardinals up 6-0, missing the extra point on their first touchdown after only having to go 2 offensive plays. Let's see if they can convert the 3rd down here or get close enough to go for 4th. In motion. There's the handoff. Cuts on the inside, makes a man miss, is not going to get enough for the 1st down, is going to pick up about 2 more yards on the play. So decision time for Coach Tom Bolden.
And not much of a decision. He makes it quick. Field goal unit goes in on the field.
That's Chris Mangold again, the converted soccer player last year. All district. Lots of high expectations for this young man, but it's 3-headed monster when you've got the extra point field goal unit. Your long snapper, Luke Golden, along with your holder, Deontay Smith-Moore. It's going to be middle of the hash marks.
Snap back, pulled down, kick is up, it's long enough.
And the kick is good. So at the 8:36 mark of the first quarter, it's your Colerain Cardinals 9, the LaSalle Lancers 0. A 30-yard field goal for Chris Mangold.
Again, we've got our playback schedule of this. If you can't watch it live, or if you want to watch it multiple times, it'll be on Waycross Community TV. They post that about midnight. They usually get that out. But go to our Twitter page. We'll put it on Facebook for the full playback schedule for Cincinnati Bell Phi Optics and Spectrum.
The easiest way for you to find that right now, if you'd like it, or later, and we'll leave it up pinned over the whole weekend. We do a preview each week of the Cardinals' opponent, and that publishes every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern, roughly. And in there, you'll see there's a link. If you click on it, there's a link. You can just click on it. It'll take you right to a PDF window that'll give you that playback schedule of this game. So the Cardinals, having 2 short series, have scored on both and now lead LaSalle 9-0. So not bad, not a surprise. Again, these 2 teams have played, of course, recently and over the past 4 years. The games are always very close. They're never blowouts, and this game isn't going to be any exception.
Chris Mangold's kick into the end zone. And we saw this, and Coach Bowen will talk about it every year. We saw it a couple years ago when St. X had that Division I kicker. When you can pin the other team inside their own 20 to start every possession, it makes such a difference in field position, and we've seen it here in 2 series so far tonight.
And I think emotionally, too. A big return can get excitement to that offense and get the change. It could be a big momentum change, but if you don't have an opportunity to return it, you're just starting at the 20 again. No change at quarterback.
Nope, Horton's going to stay in there. And head coach McLaughlin said all week that whoever had the best practice week this week was going to get the start. It must have been Horton. He takes the ball, hands it off to one of their absolutely electric players on offense. Cam Porter takes it. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play. Right. Only a junior with several Division I offers already.
LaSalle have been going a lot of misdirections and pass. I think we're going to get a dose of Porter right here. They want to take a little bit of momentum away from Colerain. They want to drive. They want to establish the run here. He does pick up 4, almost 5 yards on that. So, yeah.
So 2nd down and 6 on the scoreboard. Ball at the 24-yard line. Once again, offset in the back. 3 wide receivers. And to your point, Brian, there's a handoff once again to Porter. And he's met by the defense and pushed backwards.
No gain.
Maybe picked up, maybe no gain, maybe a yard.
And on that play, you're going to see 2 sophomores at the point of attack. Mike Best, who had the fumble recover earlier, and a guy that Coach Bowden has been raving about. Called him the next Terrell Bird. Dante Corleone, the sophomore nose guard in the play.
I'll tell you what, Mike Best, 6'1", 215 as a sophomore. It's been a while since we've had a little bit of meat up front, but Colerain looks to have a little bit of size as a big 3rd down and 5.
The Cardinals have a chance to end this here. There's a snap back. Handoff once again. This time it's an end around. Number 5 looking for some room.
Ball's loose!
Ball's on the ground, and the Cardinals have recovered again. Second turnover a night for the Lancers.
He was looking, he was almost close to that 1st down, and it looked like he was reaching for it. That ball come out, and it was that Luke Bolden that came up with it.
It is. And it's just a jet sweep, and he's reaching. He's right at the line to gain. Reaching for it, ball gets knocked out, and the Cardinals recover it before it goes out of bounds.
Well, we expected this offense from Lasalle. They're going to hammer the ball with Horton, and then they got the speed backs to get outside. But if you can't hang on the ball, that's 2 fumbles going to Colerain way as we see a replay.
So the Cardinals are going to take over again. Big shout out to the land down under. Angel Ehrenschwender watching from Australia. How about that, guys? So we're global.
Farther than the Sudan we had a couple years ago.
This is not a geography lesson. Deontay Smith-Moore under center, takes the ball, fakes the handoff, looks to keep it himself, and he does. Finds some room. He's going to get tackled. Good tackle made by number 15, but not until he gets about 8 yards on the play.
That's a confidence builder right there. You know, you got a little butterflies. You haven't had made too many decisions. They've been straight. This time it was just straight option from the eye, and he pulls it out. That's what he gives you. He's not the biggest guy. He's not small, but he can hide behind that big offensive
And he's going to make a decision there. And he saw as soon as there was a moment of hesitation on the pitch read, he cuts it right back in and picks up yardage.
Garrett Bledsoe on the tackle for Lasalle there.
Yeah, back to the eye, 2nd down and 2.
Deontay Smith under center. This time looks to pass. It's a pass out to J.J. Davis. See if he can make a man miss. He makes one man miss, but there's backside tackling. But not before he gets plenty for another Cardinal 1st down.
And I got to think that was a check from the sidelines. They saw that the linebackers were kind of inside. There wasn't a safety down low on J.J. Davis. If you're going to give him that look, they'll take the 4 or 5, whatever J.J. Davis gets yards on that little bubble screen.
Yeah, they were cheating on the inside, and there was nobody within 8 yards of him. They collapsed pretty quick, but if you're going to commit to stop the run, that's what the run to pass, the run to the inside to the outside sets it up.
Cardinals got to get to the line quickly. A little delay in getting the play, and they have 5 seconds on the clock.
They may have to call a timeout here. Nope, they gets it off. Deontay Smith-Moore takes it, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. And unfortunately, he's going to be taken down, I think, for maybe a loss of just a couple yards.
It's a good read. It's, they say, live to make another play. A good defensive play by the LaSalle Lancers. That was Jared Urin. He strung it out. The pitch man was covered. You don't lose any yardage, but you also hold on to the ball.
Urin is just, we saw him last year. He was one of those guys with him, Bledsoe and Engel. They just took over the game with the Lancers shut out the Cardinals to get another good play there. And then it's like you said, good play by DSM. You know what? If it's not there, just eat the ball. Don't risk the turnover.
That's the experience you get from them. Even though he's never officially been named the starter, got plenty of snaps over the past 2 years. Drops back, looks to pass once again. J.J. Davis makes a man miss, stays on his feet. He's got enough for the 1st down before he's pushed out of bounds. That's the kind of juke moves that J.J. Davis can give you.
And I'll tell you what, Jalen Johnson, the sophomore safety, was just not there in time. And then gives J.J. Davis the space, and he gets down to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, he comes up, and the timing's right there, but it shows the elusiveness of J.J.
It also says,
and a great block on the outside, number 9 from Colerain.
It also says a really good pass, because if you kind of float that out there, that's gone for 6 the other way.
So 1st and goal, ball's on the 8.
Deontay Smith-Moore takes it, keeps himself, pitches it out to J.J. Davis, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals!
J.J. Davis, he's fast. And in the end zone for 6.
Well, that's all on the read. They go the weak side this time. There's only a couple defenders out there. Good block on the outside. They pretty much, LaSalle committed to the right side. There was nobody over there. Offensive line does a great job again.
And a good block. Then again, those wide guards, That was Beavers there, or I'm sorry, that was Gavin Watson, the wide receiver out there on the outside, making a nice block and really just make the defender pick a side of Watson, and J.J. Davis takes the other side and in for the end zone.
Snap is back, kick is up, and it's good, but there are flags on the play.
Who jumped first?
I don't know.
Lasalle jumped first.
LaSalle jumped first.
So what do you move it half a step closer and go for 2?
They're not going to do that.
You can't get 1.5 yard?
It doesn't matter. They're not going to do that.
Oh, I would.
I know you would, but you're
Make
not
it
the head coach.
17-0. Ooh, now you run the fake field goal now.
No.
I mean, it's week 1. I'm already tired.
Hey, plug me into Tom's headset. Tom.
Under no circumstances are we ever going to do that.
I don't think we have that technical capability.
We do not. We don't ask for that from the boosters.
So they'll bring the ball to the 1.5.
Bolden with the snap. Smith-Moore with the hold. Mangold with the kick. And it's good. And at the 4:59 mark of the first quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals 16. The Lancers of LaSalle 0. And again, if you want to reach us here in the booth, it's radio@colerain.com or directly in the YouTube chat. This one, email coming from sunny Corona, California. Longtime listener, Lenny Lopez. Thank you for listening elsewhere. JK23, thanks for listening. Emily Hemonitis, listening also. And
Kentucky.
Hi Petroselli. I don't know who that is. That's just a screen name. No actual name listed, but thanks for listening.
And again, not just listening, you've got the feature tonight of being able to watch the game live. As big thanks to our partner, Waycross Community Media. And if you're in the listening area and you have any interest at all, we encourage you to head out to their Waycross. It's easy enough to find it. Website, easy enough to find on Google. Always looking for volunteers. If you've got your own program that you'd like to bring to them about maybe producing, they can help you there as well. Mango's getting his foot under the ball. He's got 2 touchbacks. Is he going to get a third? It looks like it's going to come just a little short, taken at the 1-yard line. There's the Colerain defense. Special teams, best return that LaSalle's had so far tonight, up to just shy of the 25-yard line.
And if you would have said the best position you'd given up all game was the 24-yard line to start it, you would have accepted it. That's where the Lancers start.
Late flag after the play.
And it will not be the best starting field position of the day for the LaSalle Lancers.
Yeah, that's in the area, and after the play, that's probably a personal foul.
It looked like
a dead ball. Personal foul against LaSalle.
So?
March it back 15 from that spot.
It's a half the distance to the goal.
So what was pretty decent, pretty decent. Not great,
it's average.
But, it was average field position. Now puts the Lancers once again in a hole. So here we go. First down and 10 for the Lancers, now on their own 13-yard lines.
In the shotgun pistol formation, running back from either side, 2 wide receivers.
Gordon takes it, ducks like he's going to hand it off, looks to throw deep. He's going to tuck it and run, and he's not going to get very far. That Colerain defense collapses the middle and takes him down. No gain.
And that's just a 2-man route. They went play action. They're looking for Swift deep on the play action. Sincere Jones, Deshaun Pace is there. Horton knows he's got nothing. He just got to try to get what he can.
I tell you, Swift's got some size there, listed in the program at 6'2". Well covered, but Colerain normally don't find a big defensive back, but with Sincere, you got
2 safeties that are 6'3" in Pace and Patterson.
Snap is back to Horton. He takes the ball, fakes the handoff. He's going to hold it himself again. And I got news for you, fellas. If the idea is for Horton to try and find a hole and run through it, it's not going to be a very good idea.
And you said they're not going to see a lot of exotic defenses. Colerain Cardinals are countering that right now. They're going a dime package. You got Elijah Ford and Jalen Thomas coming in as safeties and an extra linebacker. Pace coming down into the middle.
So 2 plays on this series for the Lancers have netted them 1 yard. It's 3rd down and 9 on their own 14-yard line. Horton once again in the shotgun, drops back. Now he rolls. He looks to try and find. There's pressure up the middle. He looks to throw. He's going to tuck it. He's going to be short of the first down by several yards, and he's going to take a hit in the process.
And just perfect coverage. They ran trips to one side. They wanted the tight end, and the backside's not there, so he keeps rolling. The flood pattern perfectly covered by the Colerain Cardinals. They're going to give Horton that little cushion, and he'll pick up 2 yards, or it's actually 6 yards on the play, but it's short of the line of gain. 4th down, out comes the punt team.
Yeah, it's Seaman back for Lasalle. He's going to be punting from about his own 5-yard line. Sincere Jones, J.J. Davis, both dangerous back, set up about their Colerain 40.
Snap is back, and there's the punt. Slow, once again, returnable. J.J. Davis gets this one. Makes one guy miss, but can't make the other one miss. Good tackle by number 15, who's drawn a little bit and clapping in J.J.'s face.
That's
be careful.
Devontae Smith, he's your returner for LaSalle. But he makes a nice defensive play there. Just a sophomore, but showed a lot of speed.
Give credit on special teams there, too, to Austin Stuckey. He was the first man there. He might have got beat on the juke move, but his juke made J.J. Davis stop, lose his momentum, and let the rest of the defense clear it up for him.
So, again, Colerain starting in LaSalle territory. 49 yards. Their worst field position in the first quarter is still on the other side of the team's 50.
So couldn't have scripted this better for the Cardinals.
Really couldn't have. Slide and pace, set up, 28 in motion. Deontay Smith with a counter this time to J.J. Davis, and he's met in the hole. Great defense by number 19 for LaSalle.
And that's one of those vaunted middle linebackers. That one, Brody Engel. They got a counter. It's one-on-one, Engel versus J.J. Davis. And Engel sticks him. No one really goes down before momentum is stopped, and the whistle is blown, and it's a loss of 1 for the Colerain Cardinals.
Interesting call. We normally see the counter on later plays, 2nd down, 3rd down, not usually on 4th down. So this could be setting something up. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, you usually are.
So 2 wide receivers, a half wing.
Tight formations here for the Cardinals. 28 once again in motion. Deontay Smith Moore takes the ball, hands it over the middle, Ivan Pace, and he's met immediately. He's going to pick up 2 yards, but it's going to be 3rd down and long for the Cardinals.
And that's not a bad play by Ivan Pace there, but he's got to know he can't make that sort of cut versus this LaSalle linebacking core. If he stays on track, he probably picks up 5-6 yards there. He's trying to go for the big play by cutting across the blocking scheme, but LaSalle's inside linebackers are just too good to kind of do that, and you have to stay with your forward momentum, and he just kind of loses it there. Minimal gain, 3rd and 9.
LaSalle's a very good team at the Division II level, considered by many to be yet again a state title contender. First game for both teams, so I mean they're figuring some things out on both sides. 3rd down and 9. Let's test this offense, see what they can do. Deontay Moore takes it, fakes the handoff, keeps himself. He's in space. He's not going to have enough for the 1st down. He's going to get it down to the LaSalle 44-yard line. Looks like where they're going to mark it. On comes the punting unit for Colerain.
Colerain looked maybe a little conservative with the play call right there, but we've seen with the option, if one mistake is made at any position, Colerain can take it the distance. So some people say, oh, why wouldn't you throw it there? But, you run what you know. You got a 16-point lead. It's still early.
Absolutely. Less than just under a minute to go here in the opening quarter.
We'll see
Colerain up 16-0, wanting to pin LaSalle deep in their own territory. Back to punt for the first time tonight. 5'10", 175-pound junior, number 17, Lawson Sandusky's got it. Rugby-style kicker goes to the side.
That was a perfect spot.
Look at that. Nailed it absolutely beautifully. Kicked it a little bit harder maybe than what he wanted to. And going up
that
into
was
the
a
end zone.
perfect spot for a fake. Why didn't he just run?
Yeah.
Well, I think he
I'm not even kidding. No one was there.
No, he probably could have got to at least to the 30-yard line without anybody even knowing he was running.
I know we joke sometimes, Chris, but that was not a joke. There was no run in front of him.
Well, last year Lawson was the backup quarterback, so it's not unreasonable to think
he is a very good athlete.
Yeah, it's very possible that at some point this year, with that rugby style, he's going to have an opportunity to do exactly that.
You got to lead. You're on their side. If you get stopped, you still give them good field position, but not great field position. So, punt went in the end zone. LaSalle at their own 20.
36 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. There's a handoff over the middle. Didn't see who got the handoff. I think it was Cam Porter. He's going to get 1.5, maybe 2 on the play.
And again, Dante Corleone, the sophomore from the nose guard, he doesn't finish the tackle, but he gets the arm on the runner at the line of scrimmage, causes him to lose his momentum, and the rest of the Cardinals slow him down.
Hey, all you want from your defensive line, occupy your man, occupy space. If you can make any touch on the runner, fine, but if not, you clear space for the linebacker. So they don't pick up 3, 2nd down and 7.
Getting the read from the line here.
And that will do it. So after 1 quarter of play here at Colerain High School, it's the Colerain Cardinals 16, the LaSalle Lancers 0.
And this broadcast is brought to you by WeAreColerain.com along with Waycross Community Media. If you like what you see, you like what you hear, you want to be part of a future broadcast, Remember, it's www.waycross.tv/volunteer, or you can contact them at 513-825-2429. Whether you want to be part of the broadcast, create your own. It doesn't have to be football. Anything that you want to do in front of the camera, behind the mic, or even technically in the booth, they have classes for you. So we always yell, join the boosters, but hey, let's help support the people that help support our student athletes here. Waycross Community Media.
Again, you can reach us in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com or directly in the YouTube live chat. Give a shout out to Lex Ehrenschwender watching from Cleveland, Ohio. We got Mike Albert listening, Matthew Bowman, and Zakaria Benzelarab.
Well done.
Ile-de-France.
Is that our second Aaron Schwender?
Yeah.
Second Aaron Schwender.
Okay.
Angel is in Australia, remember?
Got some first quarter stats.
We'll get to those in just a minute. We get ready to start the second quarter. Thank you for joining us again. This is WeAreColerain.com, presented by the Colerain Boosters and Waycross Community Media, bringing you tonight's action. Colerain Cardinal, Lasalle Lancer football. There's a snap back to Horton. He's going to roll and see how many yards he can get. He's going to lower his helmet. He's going to pick up some positive yards. He is going to be short of the first down.
Just a little cool quarterback power there by Horton. Follows his pulling guard, finds a good hole, and he picks up just enough to make it 3rd and 2.
Quickly looking at the first quarter stats, it's deceiving yardage. LaSalle has 26 yards, Colerain only 25 yards. But it is the turnovers that have made the difference.
No question about that. So 3rd down and 3 to go for the LaSalle Lancers. Snap is back, handoff is in the backfield. Cam Porter is met. Number 49 takes him down for a loss. It'll be 4th down.
And Mason Hill was there to cause the spin move, and he spun right into the waiting hands of the junior, Donovan Owens.
6'2", 245-pound junior. You mentioned it at the beginning of the broadcast. There's the replay right there. Donovan Owens, one of the new guys, new names you're going to hear, along with Dante Corleone, who, make no mistake, has an offer you cannot refuse. These are guys that are bringing some beef to the line that we haven't had in quite some time. And when you have, oh, by the way, one of the largest human beings I've ever seen, number 99, Eric Phillips, who we haven't even really called his name yet tonight, but he's wreaking havoc out there as well. Exciting defense to watch. Snap is back, it's low, but here comes the punt, and it's even lower. It's going to drop and be picked up by J.J. Davis. He's looking for the blockers. He's got a few. He's going to try and get outside. Let's see if he can get around 27. Look at him. Patience.
Hit behind the play is coming back.
So great return by J.J. Davis. Looks like it's going to be negated with Laundry on the field. I can't tell you. It is by far the most infuriating penalty of all of them.
And that one is kind of iffy. It depends on your interpretation of the rules if that was in blocking the back. He was side to side, shoulder to shoulder at the point of attack. But if if the referee deems your head is not in front, even if it's even side to side, it is a block in the back, and that is the call here.
So it'll be 1st down for the Cardinals, but unfortunately the great run and patient run by J.J. Davis is going to get negated, and the Cardinals are going to be forced to start, dare I say it, in their own territory.
Well, we're seeing some difference from this return team. Normally, in past years, they've got one guy back. Now they've got 2, and who are you going to kick to? They both can take it back, and they're both willing blockers.
Yeah.
They look the unselfish play by either one of them working together. It's a two-headed monster back there to return.
We haven't gone through the offensive starters. Can we do that, Brandon?
Offensive starters for the Colerain Cardinals. On the offensive line, Will Coleman, Cameron Carnes, Ace Aronslander, TJ Ganella, and Rusty Fath. Brian Beavers at tight end, Lawson Sandusky, and Gavin Watson on the outside.
Get to the backs here in just a minute. There fakes the handoff, does Deontay Smith-Moore, keeps himself, and he's tackled in the backfield once again by those unbelievable defenders at linebacker for the LaSalle Lancers. Good read and good tackle by number 16.
And that's just Garrett Bledsoe making a play. Deontay Smith-Moore makes the right read everywhere, but Garrett Bledsoe just fills the hole, got over top of the veer block, and he's unblocked into the play.
Did someone miss a block there, Brandon? Or was
he's good enough that he got over the veer block.
Yeah, he got past. J.J. Davis was there, and there's 2 guys to block. He just got inside of him. J.J. did make a block, but Engel made a great play.
Well, no, the offensive line and tight end are supposed to kind of veer that down and kind of make a wall that he can't get around. He was just good enough to get around it.
2 wide receivers. Deontay fakes the handoff, keeps himself, stops, judders, tries to find some room, gets tackled, but not until he gets it out to the 39-yard line. They're going to mark him, I think, at the 38. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. So great run by the senior quarterback, DSM.
He goes the outside to make the pitch. There's nothing there. And as Chris said, he judders to the inside. I'm not sure what that word is, but I like that word. He jukes and stutters.
And that play was made by two things. That's the Colerain offensive line staying on their blocks. Follow that up. Deontay Smith-Moore just making a play out of nothing. The designed play is not there, but the blocks are there. He makes something out of nothing and makes it third and short.
He's got that quick twitch, that start-stop that makes him dangerous. Here's a 3rd down 2. Lasalle really up the line of scrimmage.
Give it to the man that's 222 pounds of muscle. He takes it out to the 50-yard line, and it's a 1st down for the Colerain Cardinals.
And no option here, just straight fullback trap. And they go right behind that big offensive line. You go behind your big guys, TJ Ganella and Rusty Feth.
So 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals, leading 16-0 here in the 2nd quarter with 8:43 to go. Still plenty of time. Once again, it's a handoff, this time spin to Ivan Pace Jr., and he's going to move it forward for 5 yards. I'll take 5 yards on 1st down every time, boys.
We saw this when LaSalle had the ball. They would get a steady dose of Horton to just kind of slow momentum down and establish his Colerain. You've got a lot of adrenaline built up. But you got to calm down, go what you do. So just pound the rock.
Yeah, because that LaSalle defense been out there quite a bit already. Now's the time to wear them down even further. So in comes the play call.
If we get the backs for the Colerain Cardinals, J.J. Davis, Ivan Pace Jr., Deontay Smith-Moore, quarterback, and Sincere Jones and Freddie Johnson, and alternating at the wingback.
All seniors except for Freddie. J.J. Davis in motion. There's another counter. Handoff, met in the backfield. Once again, number 16 was there, and he made the tackle. He's going to lose. They're going to give him, the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't know if the Colerain coaches aren't seeing something or think they've gone to this counter a couple times, and Engel has just been there every time.
Yeah, Brody Engel is causing a lot of havoc right now.
But sometimes you run a play like that, and you want it to succeed, but you know what? That's going to keep your linebackers honest, and they can't cheat as much to the outside.
Right,
that opens up space.
You know what we haven't seen yet? We haven't seen that speed pitch.
Yeah, that's because they have 3 really, really good linebackers.
Oh, I know, right? But typically at this point in the game, you've seen it at least once to kind of, stretch him out a little bit. Let's see what we've got here. Again, traditional wing formation. Deontay under center. 3rd down and 5. Drops back, looks to pass. He's got a gun. He throws it out to number 9. It's in and out of his hands. He wouldn't have had enough for the 1st down anyway, as the defender was barreling down on him.
Got a flag on the play, too, in the area of holding.
No, it's a chop block on Brian Beavers. I'm assuming it's on Brian Beavers because he's the Colerain tight end with his head down, shaking it like, oh, know what I do.
Yeah, so it's clearly against Cardinals, and to your point, Brandon, you nailed it. It is a chop block. An illegal chop block, I should say, right?
So a 15-yard penalty against the Cardinals will make it 3rd and 20. LaSalle Lancers want to flip this field position, so they'll take the penalty rather than the down.
Cardinals do something a little interesting here, or they just try and
run your offense?
Shotgun jet sweep J.J. Davis. They're going to take a really long. They might just call timeout here. Yep. That's what they're going to do.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, they have all their time outs left, so they'll use their first one. Think about this one a little bit, but I think you're right, Brandon. We might see them spread it out for the Colerain Cardinals, but they're spread it out with their 4 wide, but still run the ball.
Take a quick listen or look at the email. Got one from Chicago, Illinois. Jim and Terry Shear listening in as they do every week. Thanks to the Shears. Quick update. St. X 20, Lakota West 0. 4 minutes to play in the first quarter.
We'll have work to get some scores for you during the first half, or from around the city. I don't know. Is this my job? I've not done this before. I need to write down all these scores of things going on.
Yeah, Brandon usually does that.
Brandon normally does it. Can I give it to Mike? Can he do it?
We'll get you some scores. All right, relax.
Good. All right.
Trying to get some shout-outs first. Relax.
Yeah, thank you to all of you that are watching.
Shout out to Donald, to Tim Wabler, and former Colerain Cardinal offensive lineman Jeff Lyons listening in from Texas, Dallas, I believe. And yes, Jeff, they can show home games now.
Yeah, just home games. When we go on the road next week, we'll be at St. Xavier. Can't show you video other than just the scoreboard. We're not allowed to. But then we'll be back in weeks 3 and 4 for Princeton and Middletown, I think in that order. And we'll be able to show you a live video then. But again, if you're within a 15, 20, even 30-mile radius of Colerain, come on out here. get a burger. They're the best in the city.
Yes.
Buy a ticket to support the program.
So 3rd down and 20. Colerain does come out with 4 wide. Got Ivan Pace back in the backfield, shotgun formation.
Deontay Smith drops back, throws it across the middle to J.J. Davis, and he catches it. He's going to fall down and be well short of the first down, but not a bad run. Going to give their punter a little bit more room.
Gain of 14, so a net of -1 for Lasalle on the penalty. And it'll be another punt for the Colerain Cardinals.
Good decision. He took what the defense gave him. They covered him deep to the outside, left the middle open. They'll give him that, but they won't give up the big play.
Right.
Sandusky will be back to kick again. We saw that the rugby-style kick can be effective.
Probably not on 4th and 6, depending on what this defensive line does.
We'll watch his right side to see if they get sucked inside. Because the area is another good field position area for a fake.
Snap is back. He's got it. He's going to roll. He's going to kick. It's a straight-up kick this time. Fair catch called and made at the 15-yard line, where Lasalle will take over with 5:45 to go here in the opening half, trailing Colerain 16-0.
You know, this time caught me talking about the rugby-style kicker. Last time, the ball bounced into the end zone. This time, it doesn't have to be pretty. He just got some air time under that. Not a deep kick, but it does go inside the 20 this time. Lasalle, again, the field position is just overwhelming Colerain side. They haven't got a lot of yards. Neither offense has scored a lot, but the short fields given by the turnovers so far. Did we see a quarterback change yet?
Let's see. I bet no. He's going to go with Horton at least for the whole half.
It has not been
the whole game.
Horton has not been the problem for LaSalle. It's been the offensive line, and it's not because the offensive line is terrible. It's just this defensive line for Colerain is playing very well here in the first half.
A lot of adjustments here on the wing backs here by LaSalle.
Supporter in the backfield takes the ball. Look, Horton got it. He's going to roll around. There's Eric putting on pressure, and he is sacked inside the 5-yard line. That is just unbelievable defense and a bad decision by that quarterback.
And that's Eric Phillips keeping contained. They tried to run a fake roll out the other way, trying to catch the receiver kind of sitting there in open space. He's there except for the fact that Deshaun Pace was perfectly in coverage. By design, they capture a good defense. Phillips keeps contained, and the defensive line cleans it up.
And we talked about his size, but his wingspan takes away the vision there.
Snap back to Horton in the end zone. He takes it off, hands it off to Porter, who tries to get out of the end zone, and he does, but only back up to about the 4-yard line, so no gain on the play. It was a 10-yard loss on the first down. It's now 3rd down and 20 for the LaSalle Lancers inside their own 5-yard line.
Colerain's going to bring in a couple defensive backs. Go back to that dime package.
Yeah, your middle linebacker, Mike Davis, goes to nose guard. Ivan Pace goes to the inside. DBs come in. Eric Phillips at defensive end, something he'll play next year for the UC Bearcats.
It looks like they're changing the call at the line. 10 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time. Play clock, excuse me. Tried to get him to jump. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And they're going to get a delayed game call against the LaSalle Lancers on offense.
Well, neither the sideline nor the quarterback saw that. I mean, Colerain High School, we do have the clocks right there. No, there must have. Okay.
Got a timeout from the sidelines.
Well, okay, we saw a flag, so waving the flag off.
Waving the flag off. LaSalle must have got the timeout from the sideline. Couple score updates. Elsewhere in the GMC, Centerville leads Fairfield 14-7. Milford and Princeton are tied 7-7. Sycamore on top of Loveland 13-7. And East Central, defending 4A state champions in the state of Indiana, are tied with Oak Hills 7-7.
That's good. We saw Oak Hills. Yeah, well, we saw Oak Hills last week in our scrimmage, which we broadcast live. It's more so to test our equipment and whatnot. And they were not an embarrassment by any stretch. I mean, they held their own. They did a good job, I think. And for a team coming off a winless season, I wish nothing but the best for our friends at Oak Hills. This will be the first year in 40 that we don't have Oak Hills on our schedule. So
like 30,
keep an eye on them.
So again, 3rd down and 20. They've got to have to get the ball out to the 25-yard line to get a first down.
Colerain has had a propensity in the past to give up the big play, but I just can't see it happening here. Horton takes it. He's just going to tuck it and try and run.
I'll tell you what, another play by the sophomore middle linebacker in the dime package going down a nose guard, and Mike Bess with the tackle.
They only had 3 defensive linemen, and they dropped the end. So he was really the only defensive man that came forward. He was one-on-one and just beat the center.
And I'll tell you what.
My kids played a whale of a game.
It's both of the sophomores on defense, Dante Corleone and Mike Bess, have made play after play after play for the Colerain Cardinals.
I don't think we've called Bolden's
We haven't
name
called
once.
Luke's name. We haven't called the other linebacker, Elijah Ford's name.
Good save. So
Fourth down and 20.
they'll be kicking to the Colerain guys about the 40-yard line, but they're looking into a very, very bright sun. Yeah, you can't see it. Get away from it. Get away from it.
Yeah, Sincere Jones is looking at it. He had some room to catch it, but he just can't see it, and don't take that chance.
The sun is normally bad this time of day, but it's some way it's being
Just the
reflected.
way
It's
through the
coming
clouds,
yeah.
the way the light is
And
diffracting.
I'm pretty sure that has something to do with the rotation of the earth as
And
well.
special teams coach Dan Bolden is letting go, and I'm just, I'm a good lip reader. Sincere saying, hey, it's out of my heads, coach.
I can't say anything.
But it's still.
So the ball goes all the way out to the Colerain 47-yard line. It kicked from
Take a shot deep right here.
from the 4-yard line of LaSalle.
Cardinals have 2 timeouts to work with and 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock.
They haven't had
Let
to put.
J.J. Davis go straight down the field.
They haven't put together.
safety.
Oh, you ain't kidding me! Wow, look at that. Oh, and 21's even peeking in. Look at that, he's peeking in. Oh, Deontay went the other way, kept it, looking for himself, found some room.
Still on his
First down,
feet.
still on his feet, all the way down to the LaSalle 35-yard line.
Perfect call. Don't listen to me.
Yeah, dude, don't do this pass. Just do the quarterback counter going the other way. Deontay Smith-Moore, he knows what to do.
18-yard pickup for the senior quarterback. First down and 10 for the Colerain Cardinals.
Rusty Feth and Cameron Carnes just opened up the hole down there. We talk about those vaunted linebackers. Guard Cameron Carnes, he said, you know what, I don't care about your Division I offers, and put LaSalle linebacker on.
Big block in there, too, also. I thought T.J. Ganella turned his man, create that hole.
First down and 10 for the Cards. J.J. Davis in motion. Deontay Smith-Moore drops back. Goes right across the middle again. Stays on his feet. He's past the 20. Gets thrown down, but not until he gets to the 15-yard line. A 20-yard run for the senior.
And you ask, why do you run those little counters? Well, this is exactly what it was. They're basically running that same little counter, but instead of waiting for the handoff to come the other way, Deontay Smith-Moore is just taking one step towards the motion man, taking it back the other way, and it's wide open for the Colerain Cardinals, and a good pull there by number 79, Cameron Carnes.
So first down and 10 at the LaSalle 15-yard line. Knocking on that door one more time. 2:42 to go in the first half. Up 16-0. Looking to add more. Under center, Deontay Smith-Moore takes the ball, hands off to Ivan Pace, who runs wide, and good pursuit by the LaSalle linebacking core. They were all there. They ought to give him. They're not going to give him any yards on that. He's probably got at least one, but it'll be second down and 10.
And this is the unheralded guy, Luke Seaman, with the play. Just a good job, keeps contained and never lets the man get to the outside.
Yeah, Pace is not going to run away from a lot of people. I don't really. If he catches one there, I'd like to see him plant his foot and go straight ahead.
I think
He's
that's
more of a power
one
back.
they'll watch in film tomorrow and be like, Ivan, you probably should have tucked that up. Don't go for the big play.
Give credit to the defensive end
Yeah.
that forced him that way.
It did, and again, credit to the linebacking core in quick pursuit. They were there.
2 minutes to play in the half. Plenty of time for the Cardinals.
With 2 timeouts, and it looks like somebody's going to use one right now. It's the Cardinals who use a timeout. Still have one left. 1:54 left to go in the first half. So as a reminder for those of you in the first half going to be watching live, tonight's a very special night here at Colerain. It's Hall of Fame induction night for the Colerain Cardinals and Colerain High School. Waycross Community Media will be broadcasting that, and you'll see all the activities of some of the great Cardinals from the past are going to be inducted into the Colerain High School Hall of Fame. You'll see that during halftime. We're going to step away, freshen up, powder up a little bit, maybe take a little bathroom break or whatever we need to do.
No, we're crushing the buffet set up here by the Colerain booth.
Oh, I was trying to not say that. We'll get scores. We'll get more updates from scores from around the city and the GMC, as well as some other big games. We got Winton Woods taking on Trotwood Madison and all kinds of great stuff. Of course, tonight's game, part of the 21st annual Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. So special thanks to Colerain alum Tom Gamble and his organization for putting this together, and of course sponsors Skyline Chili and all of the other sponsors as well.
And it's also another Joe Bertram fundraising game.
Absolutely. So we'll get those scores, we'll get the first half stats, which are going to look a little strange, but we'll get those first half stats, and then we'll come back with about 4 or 5 minutes to go in half to bring you that information and get ready for the second half. So thank you so much again for tuning in tonight, spending your Friday night watching the 2018 kickoff of the Colerain Cardinals season. Second down and 10 on the 15-yard line.
Back to the I formation.
DSM under center takes the ball, hands it off one more time to Ivan Pace Jr. He lowers his head and gets down to the 5-yard line. 10-yard pickup. It'll be another Cardinal first down and goal.
And the Cardinals just using formations to try to dictate where the linebackers are. This time they go I formation. Pace takes it, beats the first man, gets it inside the 5-yard line, and for the first time this season we get to look at the Cardinals goal line package. Luke Bolden and Eric Phillips join the
Phillips
offense.
is now in the backfield.
Oh, my dear Lord.
Eric Phillips is lined up at tight end.
He's lined up at tight end, which he played
So wait a minute.
last year.
He played as a sophomore.
You've got
Right,
Rusty
sophomore.
Fifth.
They're just going to hand it off and go right, all right?
So there's the handoff to Ivan Pace. He takes it, he dives. There's a flag on the play. They're saying he got in, but we'll see who the penalty's against.
See what the penalty is. We got time here. A little break while we wait, maybe. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, referees are discussing it.
Are they going to say J.J. Davis wasn't set? What's the call? Yep, they're going to say J.J. Davis wasn't set. False start on the Cardinals.
So that is going to negate what was called on the far side as a touchdown by Ivan Pace Jr., which would have been his first of the year.
So instead of a touchdown on first and goal from the 5, it'll be first and goal from the 10 for the Cardinals.
Tom Bolden now talking with the referee, or the linesman who made the call, trying to implore him that he was in fact set. But it is what it is. It's going to be first and goal from the 10-yard line.
I don't know who he's yelling at, but he's not happy.
Yeah. I don't think he's happy with the ref on that call. 1 minute, 28 seconds left to go here in the first half. Colerain up 16-0. First and goal from the 10-yard line, looking to add to their lead.
They'll stay in their big goal line package. That is a lot of beef on one side of the line.
It really is.
280, 300.
J.J. Davis in motion. There's the handoff once again to Ivan Pace. He's met in the backfield, but he spins off of it. And a block by Deontay Smith-Moore. Ties him. Ivan Pace Jr. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Ivan Pace Jr., 6 points.
You know, Lasalle read that perfectly and overplayed it. And they did it perfectly. If we see the replay, he beats
Ivan
Vanilla
Pace.
right there, and there's nothing there. But
Look at the block.
Quarterback takes on one of the big linebackers, and there's nothing stopping Pace right there.
6 points for Ivan Pace Jr. and the Colerain Cardinals. 22-0, extra point pending.
Deontay Smith-Moore was so excited about that great block he just made, he forgot he was the holder on the extra point team.
He did. He came in pretty excited. Chris Mangold on for the extra point attempt.
Bolden with the snap. Smith-Moore with the hold. Mangold with the kick. And it's good. And with 1:22 to play in the first half, it's your Colerain Cardinals 23. The Lancers of LaSalle, nothing. Again, reach us in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com or directly in the live chat on YouTube, which has been the more popular source this evening. Big shout out to Ryan and Millie Kist listening right down the street. Thanks for listening. Tim Wobbler, class of 06, watching from Mansfield, Ohio. Thanks for listening.
And one way that you can't reach us in the booth is my personal phone number. I love my friends, but quit texting me during the games.
Look at him. He's making himself look really important.
Got another. See, you can reach me if you're blessed to have my phone number personally in the booth.
And that number
listening
is 999.
in is Bach Zarch, as well as Ben and Sunshine McQuarrie and Eric Dr. Death Ornella.
I wonder if Dr. Death was listening. So again, Mangold's going to tee it up at his own 40. He's had a couple in the end zone.
One back for the LaSalle Lancers. There's the kickoff. It is high. It is not going to get into the end zone. Taken inside the 5. Out to the 10, the 15, out to the 20. Good return for the Lancers. He's out to the 30, the 35, all the way out to the 40-yard line. Kind of been a bugaboo for the Cardinals in the past, the kick return unit.
And interesting that your Division I linebacker, Jared Earn, is the one returning kicks, but he proves why he's doing it for the LaSalle Lancers there. Gets it out across the 40. And it'll be the best starting field possession yet for the Lancers.
I mean, he's got some wheels, but give credit to his blockers up there. There was a nice alley, a good return setup.
The Lancers will have 1 minute and 12 seconds and 2 timeouts to work with.
So quarterbacks had not had much time to throw the ball, and it looks like they're going to have to about this point. They do have all their timeouts left.
They have 2 left. There's the fake handoff to Horton, and he throws it. He tries to cut it back inside, and waiting for him on the end is big defensive end 99.
Eric Phillips keeps contained, forces it back inside.
Under 1 minute to go in the first
And
half.
if you're the Cardinals, you take that because the clock is still running.
Horton in the backfield, the shotgun as he's been all night. Gives the handoff to Porter. He runs to his side looking for some room. Number 11 puts his hand on it. Good stiff arm by Porter. He's going to take it out of bounds. The
referee
waves
indicates
his
he
arm.
did not get out of bounds. Clock continues to run.
And
Timeout from Lasalle.
I can't
He
believe
must have said his forward momentum must have been ruled down.
I guess
Jalen
so.
Thomas with the tackle. He's down in bounds.
He's down in bounds.
He's clearly down in bounds.
There you go. So good play by the...
So that, it does stop the clock at 37 seconds, a 3rd down and 2.
with the timeout. So LaSalle has 1 timeout left. Colerain has 1 timeout left. The interesting thing, this game looks 23-0. You know, you'd think, oh my goodness, the Colerain offense.
I don't even know if the Cardinals have 100 yards. It might just be over.
Yeah, really. It's honestly, this whole first half has been about the Colerain defense. And what an unbelievable job they've done.
We had 1 play on Colerain's side of the field yet.
Cardinals have just 116 yards so far in the first half.
We have not had a play across the 50-yard line for Colerain.
No, we had the one where they tackled us for a loss, and then the penalty, we had it behind there.
Right.
No, but
and
has
then we got
LaSalle
it
played on our side yet?
No, they haven't.
They have not.
They're about to, though.
Well, let's see what they do here. 3rd down and 2. Porter in motion, snap is back to Horton. He's going to take it. He's going to try and get the first down, and he doesn't get it. He's going to be stopped short of the 50-yard line. Tom Bolden immediately calls a timeout.
Referees didn't see him immediately, though.
No, they did not. They lost a few seconds there. Timeout LaSalle.
Timeout Colerain.
Okay, good. That's what
Don't listen to the guy
I
in
know,
the PA.
right?
He may make less mistakes than us, Chris, but he still makes mistakes.
I gotcha.
Horton tried to get across. He needed to get the 51, and he just reaches out to midfield. You know what? Colerain doesn't have any timeouts. If I'm LaSalle, I just go for it.
Yeah. If you get it, you run the clock. If you don't get it, you've got Colerain's ball at the 50.
It's a low. You're going to say Colerain's got to get it either. Colerain's not a throwing team, and they're going to get it in bounds and stop the clock. I got no timeouts left. I think it's a very low risk thing for LaSalle to come out and just go for it and get the 1 yard.
That's the kind of insight that we really appreciate you bringing to the broadcast.
I mean, there's some analytics that'll tell you that you should never punt, but.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right, though. Because you're right. If they get it, then they get it. And they can do what they can do with 1 timeout left. Or maybe nothing. Or
I mean,
if
you're going to give the Cardinals,
can't stop the clock.
22 seconds?
They have brought the punter out, but that means nothing.
Well.
Again, you can do the fake right here.
You could.
I don't think it would be a bad play at all. Cardinals aren't even sending a returner. They got everyone up. They're going to play defense.
I think Colerain's only got 10 men on the field. 6, 8, 10. No, they have 11. Okay.
Well, that's good. That's what the rules say they need to have. Waiting for the snap. See what happens here. It's back.
They're going to kick.
Punter's got it, and he kicks it. Colerain has no intention to return it. There's a flag.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a sideline warning.
That doesn't really hurt anything. I mean,
the ball touched down inside the 5, just at the 4-yard line.
But that's on your coaching staff. They got to get back, give the referee space. Only the coach is allowed to be in the white of the stripe, so there'll be a sideline warning. And you got to think referees just don't do that willy-nilly. This might just be a warning. The way he threw that, he basically walked down the white of the stripe and ran into the car. He said, you know what? There wasn't any effort to get out of the way.
There was.
It's not. The ref isn't just throwing that flag to throw his flag. That's one of those where he's warned them repeatedly, and then they made a point. Hey, on this play, if you don't get out of the way, I'm going to throw a flag, and that's exactly what it does. But it's just a warning, so no effect. Colerain Cardinals will take over at their own 5-yard line.
Apparently, the coaches and Jason Helfrich, our webmaster and creator, who's walking right down the sideline himself.
If you follow us on Twitter at wearecolerain.com, you'll get live game action. There are shots from Mr. Helfrich.
Absolutely, yeah. If you can't follow us for whatever reason on any given Friday night, and all of our games are on Friday night, you can always sneak a peek at your Twitter feed. In your pocket, you can see updates and clips and all kinds of cool things happening.
So LaSalle with 1 timeout. Colerain just looking around the clock. Yep. They break one, they break one. If not, Deontay Smith-Moore keeps the ball and gets out past the 5 to the 6.
And
no indication from a timeout from the Lancers sideline.
Take us home, Brandon.
And clock strikes zeros, and after 1 half of play here at Colerain High School, it's your Colerain Cardinals 23, the Lancers of LaSalle 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we direct your attention to midfield, where tonight we are honored to induct one new member to our Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame, and 5 new members into our Athletic Hall of Fame. These members tonight have been joined to celebrate this special occasion with their families. Our Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame inductee is a member of the class of 1977, Mr. John Toppitz. John was a member of the marching band and wrestling team while at Colerain. He went on to attend the University of Cincinnati, where he studied business. After college, he entered into the business world, where he would grow a company that would do business in all 50 states and Canada. He currently sits on the board of directors of the Marvin Lewis Foundation, where their mission is to impact students throughout the greater Cincinnati area. John also sits on the board of directors for the Hugh Jackson Foundation in Cleveland, where he also serves as its director and is leading the initiative to fight human trafficking. He has been instrumental in the opening of the largest facility in the Midwest supporting survivors of human trafficking. John has also been involved in many local civic projects, which includes supporting police and fire departments, the OTR project, Cornerstone for Equity, Lightning for the Rebling Bridge, and the citywide Red Bike program. That philanthropy, along with his wife Susan, continues to this day. John is joined this evening along with his wife Susan of 38 years, their children Jason and Amanda, and their spouses and grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for Mr. John Toppitz, inducted in the class of 2018, this Distinguished Alum Hall of Fame. Our first inductee into this year's Athletic Hall of Fame is Coach Steve Schweitzer. Coach Schweitzer was the head girls basketball coach from 81 to 85, compiling a record of 70 wins and 38 losses. His 1981 team won the sectional title and finished as a district runner-up. However, he had a long-time coaching stint as an assistant football coach, where he was a member of 10 conference championship football teams. Before his retirement in 1999, was a member of the 1994 state semi-finalist staff. But his crowning moment as a Cardinal coach was being a part of the 2004 state Division I football champion. After his retirement, he continued his assistant duties with the football program until he officially retired from coaching in 2014. His football coaching tenure spanned 4 head football coaches, those being Tom Kasika, Don Calusi, Kerry Combs, and current head coach Tom Bolden. Coach Schweitzer was also an assistant track coach from 1978 through 1988. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for Coach Steve Schweitzer, inductee for the class of 2018. This season marks the 40th anniversary of the first state championship in school history. Greg Welcher, class of 1979, was a member of the 1978 state cross-country champions. That year, Greg earned first team All-League, first team All-Sectional, first team All-District, and finished 6th overall in the state championship meet that day, earning first team All-State honors and helping lead Colerain to its school's first state title. The team would finish the year with a national ranking of number 3 in the U.S. and is still considered one of the top 2 cross-country teams in Ohio history. Greg was also a national junior doubles tennis champion at Forest Hill Stadium in New York City as a student at Colerain Junior High in 1974. Greg is joined this evening with his son Austin and daughter Olivia, along with his sister Sonia. Please congratulate Greg Welcher, Hall of Fame class of 2018. Our next Hall of Fame inductee is from the class of 1988, Nicholas Westermeyer II. While at Colerain, Nick was a national class gymnast. In 1988, Nick won the state title in both the high bar and parallel bars, making him only one of two individual two-time state champions. Nick went on to earn a full scholarship at Michigan State University, where he was second in the nation in the high bar event. In 1991, Nick qualified for the NCAA championships, which were held that year at Shoemaker Center. Nick is joined this evening by his mother Carol and father Nick, and his sister Heidi. Please congratulate Nick Westermeyer, the second inductee class of 2018. Our fourth recipient is in the class of 2000, Katie Greavy Schmidt. Katie was a member of Colerain's first three consecutive state championship cross-country teams, and in 1996 state cross-country runner-up. In 1996, she was the conference cross-country champion. The individual district runner-up was first team all-regional and finished 31st overall in the state championship. She would continue both her stellar cross-country and track careers by becoming an 8-time first-team all-conference cross-country and track athlete. And would earn all-state honors in track, and was a member of the 2000 indoor track 4x1600 meter relay, which gained her All-American honors. At one point, she held 3 school records in track. Katie's cross-country teams were nationally ranked all 4 years, and in the final polls with the 1997 and 1998 teams finishing number 3 in the U.S., which is still the highest final national ranking. Our final Hall of Fame inductee is from the class of 2005, Miss Lisa Klotz. Lisa was a member of both basketball and track and field teams while at Colerain. During her years at Colerain, she helped lead the Cardinal track team to 4 straight GMC titles and 4 straight district titles, as well as 2 regional runner-up team finishes. Lisa was a 3-time GMC champion in the shot put, as well as a 2-time GMC champion in the discus. She earned all-state honors in 2004 and 2005 in shot put, finishing 4th as a junior and 3rd as a senior, while also setting the school record in that event. She went on to compete for the University of Cincinnati, where she earned all Big East Conference honors in the shot put in 2010. She was named captain in her senior year. Upon graduation, Lisa returned to her alma mater to coach the girls' basketball and track teams from 2011 through 2015. Tonight, she is joined by her mother, Carol.
Just won 151 yards, but it's been a short field because of these turnovers. Colerain's got 3 punt returns for 61 yards. Lasalle, the most active player, Drew Neiman, he has 5 punts, a 38-yard average, but LaSalle's 2 fumbles have led to all the Colerain scores. Time of possession, 10-10 for LaSalle, 13-50. Your leading rushers for the Colerain Cardinals, Deontay Smith-Maher, 10 yards, 65 yards, or 10 carries, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Ivan Face, 8 carries, 45 yards, 1 touchdown. J.J. Davis, 2 carries, 6 yards, 1 touchdown. 1 touchdown. Deontay Smith-Moore is 3 for 4 passing for 35 yards, all 3 to J.J. Davis. Your leading rushers for the Lasalle Lancers, Cameron Porter, 6 carries, 11 yards. That's only a 1.8 average. Kevin Howard has 1 for 11. The Horton, the quarterback, 10 attempts, only 5 yards.
So those are your stats the first half here at Colerain and LaSalle. Other scores around the city: Fairfield, Centerville tied at 14 at half. Middletown leads Western Hills 35-0. Princeton 14, Milford 7. Sycamore 19, Loveland 7. Western Claremont 14, Hamilton 3. East Central 14, Oak Hill 7. St. Xavier over Lakota West 20-0. Elder over Gahanna Lincoln 14-0. Kings over Lebanon 10-0. Trotwood, Madison, Witten Woods tied at 0. Mount Healthy Miamisburg 28, Northwest 7. Tippecanoe 3, Bellbrook 14. And a quick score update: Fairfield now leads Centerville 28-21.
Again, thanks to all of our volunteers here at WeAreColerain.com, and thanks to all the volunteers at Waycross Community Media that allows us to showcase the student athletes here at Colerain High School and LaSalle High School.
Well, welcome back. Thank you, Brian. Brandon going through scores and stats. This is Chris Himonitis, along with Brian and Brandon, Mike Rourke, and the host of folks, Tony Suarez, and the Waycross community team, bringing you tonight's action. It is getting ready to kick off the second half. The LaSalle Lancers will be kicking off to the Colerain Cardinals to start this half, which you couldn't ask for a better situation if you're the Cardinals. They scored late in the first half to go up 23-0, and now they're going to get the ball to start the second half. It really has been and you heard it there in the statistics, it's really been all about the Colerain defense and how they've just really wreaked havoc on this LaSalle offense with first-year starter M.J. Horton, the Lakota West transfer, trying to get his feet underneath him. Speaking of feet underneath him, there's a kick, and it's going to be deep and taken right at the 5-yard line. It's dropped, but then picked up by the Cardinals. Made one man miss, stays on his feet to J.J. Davis, gets it out past the 20-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals. Hall of Fame night here at Colerain. Had a fantastic induction ceremony at halftime. So if you missed it, if you stepped away from the live presentation on WeAreColerain.com via our YouTube channel, you can always go to our preview, which is posted right there on the website as well. It says Week 1 Football Preview, and in there you'll see a hyperlink up near the top for the playback schedule on Waycross Community Media for Cincinnati Bell-Fly Optics as well as Spectrum Sports.
And if you're the Colerain Cardinals, you can try to put LaSalle away here. If you're LaSalle, you couldn't have played a worst half of football trying to get something going here on defense.
So under center, Deontay Smith-Moore once again fakes the handoff, keeps himself, and met hard by one of those linebackers again. Number 19 for LaSalle makes the tackle.
And that's Brody Engel. Fills the hole, gets over the blocker, and makes the play, holds it to 2 yards.
So that'll set up a 2nd down and about 8 yards. No personnel changes look like for either side.
Nothing exotic necessary for the Cardinals. They've had success moving the football. Haven't broke off that really long run yet, but we don't expect to see that tonight with the strength of this LaSalle defense. There's Deontay Smith-Moore, takes it, runs around wide, tries to find a hole, finds a hole, makes several guys miss, and he's going to get enough for the 1st down. He needed 7. I think he got 8.
Nothing fancy, no fullback option there. Straight speed option with the fullback as the pitch man. Just step back out, kind of wing it out, try to take care of some space on the outside, let your big offensive line create some space. Deontay Smith-Moore finds the space and picks up the 1st down.
Was that the unbalanced line? Okay. Yep.
They're running an unbalanced line. Tight end, guard on one side, 2 tackles and a guard on the other.
Deontay Smith-Moore takes it now, rolls to his left, cuts back, tries to bring it across the middle. Going to pick up positive yards, about 4 yards on the 1st down carry.
Same exact play, just running the opposite way. Again, going to the overloaded side, just a speed option. Cuts it back, finds some space, and picks up medium yards.
Yeah, LaSalle defensive backs and ends are doing a good job forcing Colerain inside, but they're making the right read and getting those. If Colerain can stay patient, they'll take 4 yards a carry. So 2nd down and 6.
J.J. Davis in motion. There's a handoff to Ivan Pace for the first time. He takes it. He's going to take it to within 1 yard of the first down. Give him 5 yards on that carry.
His helmet came off, so he will have to come out for the play. He kind of got caught up a little weird as he went down. And for the first time this year, in the fullback position, we'll see Hamza Abdul-Wahid checking a fullback.
As he's changed his number this year.
He was 24, I believe, or 24 or 25 last year. He's now 14.
And as I was going to say, as agreed to before the season, Brandon, you will get exclusive rights to all of his touchdown calls.
You're correct. Hamza really looked good in the wrestling season last year for the Cardinals.
Third down and short. Deontay Smith keeps it, runs around end. That's where his height, being only 5'9", really helps him. He tucked in behind the line, spun, went left, and took it around for the first down into LaSalle territory.
Yeah, tackles on the outside. This offensive line is 6'3", 6'4".
Watch his knees when he makes this cut. Watch his knees right here. Whoop. He is so close to the ground.
Reminds me of another Moore.
Roger Moore, 007.
Wrong. His older brother, Daytwan Smith Moore. Back in 2012, 2013, had 2 phenomenal seasons at fullback and wingback for the Colerain Cardinals. Fake handoff, keeps it himself, tries to go in, and unfortunately pitches it late to J.J. Davis. Good pursuit by LaSalle against a less disciplined team. J.J. Davis takes that ball maybe to the house.
They did a great job. They swarmed the quarterback. 3 guys on him, and he got that ball off. You're absolutely right. LaSalle defensive back and safety stayed home, stayed their man. They would have lost 3. This time they only lost 2 on that play. So
that's also, and I don't know if it's the defensive call or a defense audible by the formation, but that was also a coaching play there by LaSalle. He makes that play, there should only be 1 man there to make the tackle. There was a swarm of LaSalle defenders.
They saw something they recognized.
They saw something, you're right, and went to the right side. They knew that play was coming.
So loss on the play, 2nd down and long now. Deontay Smith-Moore keeps it. Now he pitches it to Ivan Pace on the wide back. He takes it, lowers his shoulder. There's a flag behind the play. Would have been a great pickup, but I think that's going to be holding against the Cardinals.
Flag in the area of holding on the outside. They might have got number 9, the wide receiver, kind of in that area. But you see Ivan Pace there. He turns up and makes contact and looks for contact.
Come and see us in the press box. 174.
Coach Bolden looking for an explanation.
5-5.
It is a spot foul. I believe it was called on the wide receiver. We look here in the replay, so we see late pitch. He does a good job, turns it up, and we really can't see it in the replay. But
everything's moving too fast. It's tough to catch stuff like that. When the focus is on the ball carrier, it's difficult to catch those off camera.
So this goes way back. It's going to be a
back to the Colerain 41-yard line.
2nd down and almost 22. 21.
The holding play will kill you. Deontay Smith-Moore under center, drops back, looks to pass.
Oh,
he's going to keep it a run. He's got some room. Makes 1 man miss. Takes it back up to the 49-yard line.
So he got the penalty back and a little more. One play action. There was only 1 man in the pattern. He was well covered.
Yep.
Does a great job to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, 8-yard scamper for Deontay Smith-Moore.
3rd down and 13. Got a first appearance for a Colerain Cardinal in the ball game.
It's just so difficult to try and get 13 yards against this defense. I mean, they're really strong, not only from an athletic standpoint and a skill perspective, but they're trained well and they're experienced. They've seen this offense. Everyone on this defense has seen this offense 4 years in a row. Snap back to Deontay Smith-Moore. He looks to throw. Scurries around. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be another holding call against Colerain. So that one's going to go back another 10 yards. So that was basically a penalty-free first half for the Cards. Now they've been bitten twice just on the series.
And this one was deep in the backfield. And again, another spot foul. But you're deep enough back to LaSalle take the field position and lose the down.
LaSalle, you should take the field position.
Yeah. They need the yards.
Especially, Colerain's not a passing team. They don't like to throw the ball around.
So sweet Deontay Smith-Moore back up.
That's not where the holding is.
Right there, 60. So they'll take it back all the way to the Colerain 35. They got to get to the LaSalle 38 to get the first down. It is third down.
It's third down and 23. What are you calling that?
You run the option.
I probably just run a nice little fullback trapped Hamza Abdul-Wahid. But that's just me.
Yeah, going back to that's their simple wing.
Yeah, nothing shocking here. There's a handoff up the middle, and the ball's on the ground. I think Colerain recovered it.
Now, Lasalle was saying that Deontay Smith-Moore was trying to get back on it. And he did.
He did.
It looked like he was trying to make the fake and pull the ball out of the mesh, and it does. It goes off of
yep, here it is on the replay.
the elbow.
Yeah,
Gets on it, and there is a scramble for the ball, but Moore comes up with the ball.
And that happens with Pace taking a play off there. He's not in there. A little bit different on the mesh there between the quarterback and fullback. And just not little miscommunication there, a little misstep causes the fumble, and the Cardinals forced a punt.
So it is fourth down.
Lawson Sandusky back for the punt. He's got it, and again, it's a more traditional style punt. It's a high punt. Taken and dropped. Stayed on his feet, did number 5 for the Lasalle Lancers. Went right through his hand, but kept his composure and was able even to pick up positive yards on it.
Yeah, but plays like that are scary. That little hesitation when a guy drops the ball, the defense freezes, and a hole could open up real quickly right there. He does a good job of getting back on the ball, but Colerain does a great job staying their lanes and taking away what could have been a big return.
So the LaSalle Lancers do what they need to do. They hold the Cardinals to no points, but the Cardinals up 4 scores.
Clock.
They ate up more than half of that third quarter with that drive.
So no change in quarterback. Horton, he's still back there.
Horton yet to complete a pass for the Lancers.
And Eric Phillips, just his presence alone causes the tight end 83 from LaSalle Lancer to flinch.
We talked a little bit with Coach Bowman beforehand, preseason interview, and former Colerain Cardinal offensive lineman Dylan Wiseman started 3 years in the SEC at Tennessee, all SEC
Got
play.
several tryouts in the pro level.
He said watching Phillips in practice, now coaching for the Colerain Cardinals, is like watching an Alabama defensive line.
There's the handoff up the middle.
No, he kept it.
Oh, he kept it, didn't Horton, and he's on his feet, and he's going to have enough for the first down all the way to the Colerain 40-yard line. Found a hole and exploited it. Biggest run of the night, biggest offensive play of the night for the LaSalle Lancers.
Yeah, that's what he gives you, the dynamic athlete. They're going to go no huddle and go try to quick snap Colerain. Colerain does get some subs in. So they go 5 wide receiver, nobody in the backfield with Horton.
First down and 10, he drops back, looks to pass, he throws, it's a short pass, and it, I think, is caught.
Yep. Just a quick hitch to the outside, had quads to the left, ran a hitch backside to Swift, just picks up 3 yards.
Swift, well, looking out there, if you're looking for mismatch, he's got a little bit of height on the Colerain defensive back, probably 4 or 5 inches.
Once again, 5 wide, 4 to his left, 1 to his right. Snaps back, looks right again, throws it over the middle, and it is caught. But
he's out of bounds.
Oh, nope, out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, way to step up there.
So incomplete pass, it'll be third down.
Alonzo Kendricks, there was a big battle between Kendricks and Jackson to decide who would be the starting corner. Jackson's really come in as that nickel dime cornerback so far for the Cardinals, but it's Alonzo Kendricks holding that side opposite Sincere Jones.
So Ward's still in the backfield. Also now Cam Porter moving back there as well, as is number 14, the other tailback. And Michael Baker. Snap is back. Horton's going to keep it. He's going to roll to his left and try and find some room. The Colerain defense is there, and they shut him down. Picked up about 3, maybe 4 on the play.
Maybe 1.
Well, now they're going to take it all the way up to the 35.
So 1 yard, 2 yards.
2 yards.
Well, okay, happy compromise. But you know what? You got a 4th down and 6. You're down several scores. You're in Colerain's 35-yard line. You need to get to the 20. But you know what? You're LaSalle. You almost have to go for that.
And they are. The offense still on the field for the Lancers.
And if you don't get it, you still leave Colerain in not the greatest field position. So this is the correct ball. So a big play here on 4th down.
So they need to get to the Colerain 30. They're sitting on the 35. Snap back. Horton throws it. It is caught by number 1.
No, it's not.
It is dropped. Incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Colerain defense holds once again.
Intended for their wide receiver, Jake Siebert. And even if he doesn't drop that, I think he kind of fell, and he's going to be yards short of the first down line to gain at the 30-yard line, so it's a turnover on downs. Colerain football. Again, you can reach us in the booth at radio at wearecolerain.com. We got a shout-out here to Buddy Campbell.
You enjoy delicious cheese gummies at
listening in, former Colerain Cardinal. I have a whole bunch in. Dan Bolden listening in from Toledo, so Colerain Cardinal captain from last year, listening in for his little brother, uncle, and dad. No, I'm sorry, not his little brother, his cousin. Mitch is on the team.
Yes, Mitch is.
That's his other cousin.
Double wing formation. No changes here at Colerain.
There's the handoff over the middle. Ivan Pace has got it. He breaks through the line. He's staying on his feet. He's going to get enough for the first down.
It's going to be close, but you know what? Such a massive humanity in the middle of the field, and Pace is what, 220, and he just pops out of there. Great offensive line sustaining their block. The initial stop was there. Not much of a crease for the big man, but he keeps his feet moving, drives through, and runs right into angle. And
it was a 10-yard run, so they're going to get the first down.
And we got a Colerain Cardinal down.
Deontay Smith-Moore down with a cramp.
Ooh, a little early for your quarterback, cramping up a little bit. It's not hot tonight. It's a little bit sticky early in the season.
So Freddie Johnson, the sophomore, heir apparent to the quarterback, will get his first varsity snaps at quarterback.
And the bad thing about it, once you start cramping, it's tough to get rid of.
Well, the common misconception is that a cramp is caused to dehydration. What it really is your muscle overheating and losing the electrical charge, electrical balance gets thrown off. So he's overheating right now. So the muscle is overheated. That's what's causing the cramp.
So they should cool it down.
They should cool it down.
My son's smart.
Again, dehydration does lead to the muscle overheating, but
we'll take this time to thank all of our volunteers here from Waycross Community Media, the guys in the camera, the guys in the truck. Thank you guys for helping us showcase our student athletes, not only from Colerain but from Lasalle High School. If you want to be part of a future broadcast or even have a broadcast of your own, remember it's www.waycross.tv/volunteer, or you can contact them at 513-825-2429. Whether you want to be behind the camera, behind the mic, or in the truck, they'll help you out and teach you there. So thank you, everybody from Waycross Community Media.
Thanks to David Steele and Michael Fockey for checking in.
Freddie Johnson behind center.
So we do have a chains at Freddie Johnson as your quarterback.
Throw everyone off and throw it.
That is not going to happen. Freddie Johnson in as a sophomore, and he puts the ball immediately on the ground.
Well, welcome to varsity, Freddie Johnson.
Things move a little bit faster at this level.
And it's different. He's used to varsity. He's used to varsity speed. He's been out there as the wingback almost the entire time. But it's the speed of making those decisions for the sophomore that much.
Well, and it's the nerves, the adrenaline right there. You're getting that first snap right there. You're under the lights. You're facing LaSalle. But Deontay Smith-Moore, after a one-play rest and no gain, no loss, second down 10, are back in the game.
Number 2, Deontay Smith-Moore, the senior, coming out for just the required one play and right back in there at quarterback.
Quick pass to JJ right there in the slot. Safety's way off.
You think he can make that one guy miss? Oh, here we're switching now. Oh, he's wide open. J.J. Davis once again catches it. Oh, he caught that ball. He caught that ball. The referee.
2 referees are both saying the ball bounced. The Colerain faithful are saying it didn't. It's close. Whether he got his hands underneath it, it was thrown a little bit behind him.
That's twice that DSM has missed him, where he's thrown the ball behind him and low.
Well, that's you just confidence your arm. That's a slight hesitation. You're aiming the ball. Trust yourself. Let it loose. He just gripping that a little tight as we see the replay.
Good look here on the replay in Waycross. Or not. Nope. No replay. Well.
Here we go. Back to live action.
So 3rd down and 10, ball on the Colerain 45. They got to get to the LaSalle 45.
Snap is back. Deontay looks to throw it. He throws it deep down the middle, and it is incomplete. Over 23, J.J. Davis.
The throw was to the wide receiver, number 9, going down the sideline.
Getting there, and it was short for 9. So I think J.J. knew it wasn't for him, but close. I mean, Deontay can throw the ball. There's no doubt about it.
There was no one on Gavin Watson.
Yeah, Gavin Watson was wide.
No one there. Absolutely no one.
And they say the hardest receiver to hit is the one that wide open.
I mean, I could have caught. I could have ran for a touchdown.
No, you couldn't have.
I mean, I would have caught it and immediately been tackled.
No, you couldn't have.
I caught a ball.
So Sandusky's going to set up at about his own 30. 2 return men back for the LaSalle Lancers at their own 20-yard line.
Good kick by Sandusky. kicked it right out of, right at the, where is it going to mark it, the 10-yard line?
Walk it up the 15-yard line.
They'll walk it up.
Again, you can reach us in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com or on the YouTube live stream and get a shout out here.
The 12. So that ball bounced at the 12-yard line and then immediately kicked out of bounds.
Get a shout out to Frank Rohde listening in with his new baby Kira.
That's awesome. Love to hear about that.
So, 2:50 to play in the third quarter. Cardinals still lead 23-0.
So LaSalle again starting another possession deep in their zone.
The Colerain offense this quarter has really
A little confusion here by
kind of spit the bit.
By the ball boy made a mistake. It's the first game for everyone. First game for the ball boy. A little behind there with leaving the ball in.
Yep. All right. So there we go. Ball set. First down and 10 for LaSalle. 2:50 left to go here in the third quarter. Still trailing 23-0. Horton in a quarterback. Takes the ball, drops back, looks to pass, throws it deep down the field, and it is incomplete, intended for number 11.
It's intended for Siebert, and just kind of a throw one-on-one coverage, and Alonzo Kendrick is in position the whole time. Siebert is running into him, but Kendrick's, the ball's in the air, no one's looking back at it. He's just playing his space in a man, and he's on perfect coverage.
Yeah, just a hitch and go, and just had a little bit of a contact there. Throws off, that's strictly a timing route, and that the ball was completely overthrown.
So there's fakes handoff. Horton keeps again, tries to go up the middle. This time the hole closes, and he doesn't get nearly as big of a gain. Only 3 yards on the play.
And again, the sophomore Mike Bess in there to close on the play.
Third down and 7.
So that'll bring up a third down, what do we call this, about 7 yards. What do you call here, Chris?
Honestly, I think Horton's going to drop back, and if he doesn't have anything, he's going to just run it.
You know, almost a middle screen or something. We haven't seen much screen game. It's all been timing routes.
Yep, and there's a pass, and there's a incompletion.
I'm going to be honest. I think Horton's got to be happy he missed through that, because if not, Deshaun Pace is jumping that flat route and maybe got with the interception.
Yeah, he's never. Horton has never looked really comfortable in back there. He doesn't have time to set his feet. Anytime if they've gone play action, he's had people over him. This time, he's got a little bit of time to throw, and it's a timing route, but it's just not there this early in the season.
And a good job in for just a defensive line pass rush. Doug Davis, he jumped the snap, got some pressure, didn't allow Horton to really get a good set of his feet.
So Neiman again will take this snap about inside, almost at the 2-yard line.
Snap is back. He's got it. Boots it. It's a good punt. High punt. Caught at the 45-yard line. Taking it wide. There's a good block by J.J. Davis. Sincere Jones takes it into LaSalle territory. All the way down to the 45, I think. We'll see where they mark him out.
You know, they almost like it was a preset return to come kind of a sweep left here. When you've got two guys back there, one of them you use as a lead blocker, and he caught it outside the right hash and immediately started to his left.
Yep, that's a good call.
But again, Colerain starting another possession inside LaSalle territory. Haven't got anything on the scoreboard this year. What they've done to the scoreboard is they've run that clock. But again, another couple scores would be nice here.
And again, it all starts with the Chris Mangold and the kickoff team. They have pinned down Lawson Sandusky and the punt team. Special teams has pinned the LaSalle Lancers on their side of the field the entire game.
So
there's a name for this. Running the ball, field position. It's a certain kind of ball.
Ball control.
I can't remember what it's called. It's something ball.
I will throw you
You
out
will
the
cut
window.
off your mic.
Deontay Smith-Moore takes it. Look at this guy. He's unbelievable. He's absolutely unbelievable. He juked in the middle, cut it out wide left, and took off for another first down.
What patience on this run. Watch, it's just a quarterback counter, but watch the patience once he gets open field. He waits for one block, 54 Gonella to get up front. He waits on another block by Watson out in front of him again. Takes it to the outside, and Deontay Smith-Moore picks up the first down to the Lancer 27.
Great job by Waycross getting that replay for us. Thank you.
Switching up the formations again. Freddie Johnson out wide, split Sincere Jones in, and they've really tightened up the inside, but spread it out wide with the backs.
First down and 10. Kind of slipped and fell, did Deontay Smith more. He's going to lose a yard on the play. Faked the handoff, but he slipped and fell.
Well, I don't know if it's as much as a fake as he slipped as he was going to the mesh and just kept the ball. It was kind of little bit, but he held the ball, lived for another play, Coach Bolden says.
So 2-yard loss, second down and 12.
I'd say
1 minute and 15 to go here in the third quarter.
I'd say more like 1.5, but
1.5. Boy, Rusty Fest, he's a big boy.
Cardinals 4 wide, 2 split to each side now.
Second down and 12. I can see a pass here. Drops back, a little screen out to 23, and J.J. Davis.
Oh,
Alligator armed it.
You throw it to the short side, but if you looked at Finesse on the other side, same look. The safety is way off the ball.
Finesse Johnson graduated.
I keep calling him Finesse. Sincere. I know.
Freddie Johnson is over there,
I know.
and Sincere Jones is over there.
There's one name I mess up
and it
every
was
year.
Finest Johnson, not Finesse Johnson.
We had a Finesse.
Which is still one of the greatest names we've ever
We had Finesse. But anyway, Sincere Jones was other side, wide side of the field, had the same look. Their safeties are really overplaying the run in the middle of the play, and if he can get it to him.
Colerain Cardinals, no hurry to get to the line. They're going to not call timeout.
Third down and 11. Fakes a speed pitch. Deontay Smith more keeps it, tucks it. He's going to run, try and get enough for the first down. He doesn't quite get it. Gets down to the 21-yard line. He's going to be 4 yards short.
Kind of sets it up. Really, you're kind of in field goal territory.
Oh, yeah,
but,
you're absolutely kicking a
but
field
you
goal.
only need 4 yards. But
you're kicking a field goal. Only 4 yards. Against these linebackers? No thanks.
At the 21, it'll be with the spot of the tee, it'll be a 38-yard attempt from just inside the left hash, right about where the college hash mark would be.
Kyle Bolden, your long snapper.
Luke Bolden, your long snapper.
Bolden.
Kyle Bolden graduated 2 years ago.
Wow. It is early in the season.
Deontay Smith on the hold. Here it comes. It's a bad snap again. And that is unfortunately not going to be on. It's going to be a missed field goal, but that's not on Mangold. That was another bad snap back to Deontay Smith-Moore. That's 2 on the night.
And unfortunately for the long snapper for the Colerain Cardinals, he lives with the head coach.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
But by high school rules, a missed field goal that goes into the end zone is just like a punt in the end zone. Lasalle will take over at their 20-yard line.
So rather than taking over at the 21-yard line, they take over at the 20.
Colerain picks up 1 yard on that missed field goal.
And at the end of 3, it is Colerain 23, LaSalle nothing. No scoring in that quarter as the Colerain offense kind of stuttered a little bit. Didn't really come out of the half on fire. But the defense does what the defense has continued to do, and that's shut out the LaSalle Lancers.
Well, we talked it going into this game, and it was going to be a defensive struggle. The key so far is the deep turnovers. Colerain really hasn't out offensed LaSalle by that much.
Nope, not
to
really.
Be up 23 points. But their defense, Colerain's defense has not allowed LaSalle to cross the 50-yard line.
Quick score updates. Barn Burner in Mason. Mason 3, Spring Barrow 0.
Whoa, that's a tight game right there.
Elder leads Gahanna Lincoln 17-0. Oak Hill's now up on East Central.
New quarterback.
Neiman.
Yep, comes in, hands the ball off. Take it down.
What a huge play, 53 again.
Mason Hill, the senior, the lone returning starter on the defensive line in the backfield. And I'll tell you what.
Where did he come from? That he came out of the defensive line as quick as a running back came out of his stance. And the handoff is there, and he's already there to make the play.
The defensive line is played outside of itself tonight. Whether it's Owens, Corleone, Mason Hill, all three of them have been everywhere.
So Neiman, a very good baseball player. I expect he might be a better passer than Horton. And he just floated one out there, tried to find him. Patterson reads it. I tell you what, if that ball's thrown 6 inches shorter, a section earlier, that is picked off for 6 right there. A great play by Patterson coming from his safety position.
So 3rd and long. In comes the dime package for the Cardinals.
So Neiman's going to take the snap.
3rd down and 15. Oh, here we go. Backing out of it now a little bit. Snap is back. He's looking to pass again, does Neiman. He's going to tuck it and try and run, and he's going to not be able to avoid the tackle.
And
He might have some space in front of him, but who made that tackle once again?
The sophomore Mike Best playing everywhere for the Colerain Cardinals tonight.
We haven't talked about it yet, but do we have another shout out there on Twitter maybe?
We got a shout out here on Twitter. If you could unlock your phone so I can look at it.
Yeah, all you have to do is press the button. There you go.
Listening in from Elmerdorf Richardson Air Force Base. Maybe not Air Force, just military base in Anchorage, Alaska. Tony Pieper listening in.
What's up, Peanut?
All right then.
4th down and 11. Back is the punt, and it's a low line drive.
Yeah.
Bounces just before the 50. Picked up by J.J. Davis, and
He's
then
still not
immediately
down.
taken down. They're marking him down right at the Colerain 41-yard line.
Yeah.
So the offense is going to get a chance to kind of right the ship a little bit, and they need to because that 3rd quarter was a mess. One of the things we didn't talk about yet, and we're going to go ahead and I think introduce it tonight for the very first time, we are going to have a Colerain booster / wearecolerain.com player of the game. And we're going to decide amongst the 3 of us who is that player of the game.
Oh, Chris, but there's 2 of us and 1 of you, so we're always going to outvote you.
Well, no, you don't understand. That's the idea. There's 3 of us. So
I know, so you're never going to get to pick
So
the
you're
player
going
of
to
the
be
game.
wrong every time.
Yeah, but you 2 aren't going to agree every time.
I mean, if it's to disagree with you, we will.
Well, that may be the case.
So 1st down for Colerain at their own 41. Smith Moore back in the ball game, runs the option to the right, makes the pitch, looks for a block. There's a seam. J.J. Davis to the 50. He picks up 9.
Jared Earn with another tackle. Jared Earn has been all over the field for the Lasalle Lancers, and he keeps that one contained. J.J. Davis had looks of 6 in his eyes, but he's held to 9 yards.
Held to 9 yards. I like he said that. Earn was the defensive player of the year last year in the game. I mean, Bledsoe Ingle, I think, get a little bit more cred than he does, but I mean, he's been unbelievable. So 2nd down and 1. Ball on the 50-yard line. Sincere Jones in motion. Deontay Smith-Moore takes it, tucks it, jumps, gets enough for the 1st down. Could have been a late hit on number 18.
Well, he pulled back. He pulled back a little bit. He started to go in there, but he lifted up. He didn't make contact, but he was trying to stop.
This is a play only Deontay Smith-Moore can make. He is so...
His balance.
His balance and his compact size allows him to kind of find some space, jump over a guy on the ground, and maintain his momentum.
You know who hasn't touched the ball tonight? Sincere.
Hamza Abdul-Wahid.
Who is in the ball game at fullback. This is one of those opportunities, again, where we're going to see it a lot in the year where Ivan Pace Jr. is going to get a breather. Sincere Jones steps, there's fakes the handoff, does Deontay Smith-Moore. He keeps it, makes 3 guys miss. It takes the 5th guy to take him down, but not before he picks up almost enough for a 1st down. Another Colerain Cardinal good run.
I tell you, a gutsy performance so far. He went down in that last quarter, cramping. Not sure what this Colerain training staff did, but they've got him back up and even stronger.
And Coach Bolton talked about it in the preseason interview we did on wearecolerain.com. If there was one thing he said about Deontay Smith-Moore, is he plays hard. It doesn't matter what it is, what the situation, he's going to be going 100 miles an hour, and we've seen that all night from him. No hesitation. Takes it, goes right into the heart of the defense if he knows that's the best play.
Well, and we saw him last year play linebacker at times, so he's not afraid of contact.
There you go. Fakes the handoff, then spins the other way once again, takes it back across the middle. He's going to have enough for the 1st down inside the 35, all the way down to the 33-yard line. Another 1st down for the Colerain Cardinals. At this point, they're just putting on a clinic.
This is what they call the weight room drive.
Yep.
You're just running right at them. Your offensive line is leaning on this defensive line. You see a few guys from LaSalle with their hands on their hips, and it's tough emotionally getting the ball game when your offense really isn't doing anything to help you. This LaSalle defense has played phenomenal. Holding Colerain, I'm probably under 200 yards right now.
Do we have stats at the end of the 3rd quarter? 209? 239. So Colerain through the first 3 quarters, only 239 yards of total offense. Drops back, looks to pass, does Deontay Smith-Moore. There's pressure. He spins out of it, stays on his feet, and there's nobody in front of him. He's going to have enough for the 1st down inside the 20. It's going to be another Cardinal 1st down. I like Deontay. I like the fact that he runs the ball with authority. He clearly is not comfortable as a passer.
Oh, no, he can throw the ball.
I didn't say he can't throw.
Yeah.
He's not comfortable as a passer yet, in my estimation.
Well, there's a good pressure from outside from Engel. He did have a receiver kind of been open, but he was rolling away to the other side. It would have been almost a possible throw.
My point is he's clearly more comfortable tucking and running,
Oh.
which I'm fine with. It's just, if that's Gunner, he's probably throwing the ball maybe out of bounds or over somebody's head. Just a little bit of a difference from what
good
we've seen.
decision making, not forcing something,
Exactly.
but still,
Yeah.
you can't complain when the kid picks up 20 yards.
Absolutely not. There's a handoff. Ivan Pace Jr. took the ball, and he's going to get no gain on that at all. Good defensive stand by Lasalle.
Bledsoe was in on a tackle.
Garrett Bledsoe in on that tackle.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down.
7 minutes left to go in the game. Colerain up 23-0. Again, thanks for tuning in to WeAreColerain.com's presentation of Colerain Cardinal football. Brought to you by and presented by the Colerain Boosters. That's you, by the way. All of you out there who are alumni and community members who donate to the Colerain Boosters, we're very, very thankful and appreciative, as are the hundreds that are watching us online.
They're sincere.
There's Sincere Jones gets it, takes it around the other side. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on the play. Take it down to about the 12-yard line.
Pick up on the play. There are penalty plays.
So he actually, well, I guess he lost a yard, 2 yards. Well,
that's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty call against Colerain. I'm not sure who it was on, but
there has been a little jawing after the plays the last couple series.
That's inexcusable. You're up 23-0.
Well, you don't know if he's responding. They don't always catch the first guy. We don't know what happened.
You know what, though? You're up
It's
23-0. Sometimes
Shut your mouth.
you just got to tell them you're better than you.
No, you don't, because that's what the scoreboard does.
You know,
I get it. I get it.
They got sincere.
Yeah, got sincere. He clapped in a guy's face.
That's funny, because LaSalle's done that like 6 times tonight.
But not directly to his face mask. Believe me, I know.
No, I'm pretty sure they have.
Yeah.
That's all right. Is what it is.
But he had the ball in his hand, so it's easier to spot him than wide receivers that are blocking.
I guess so. 3rd down and 21 now, back at their own 27. There's a fullback handoff right over the middle. And, of course, LaSalle's there, and they're going to shut that down for about a 4-yard gain. So
The good thing is it sets up right in the spot if you get a good snap where Chris Mangold likes to kick field goals from. Ball is spotted on the 21. Again, the tee will be placed on the...
Okay, new long snapper in there, 56.
Chris Mangold attempting the field goal.
56 is the tackle, Will Coleman. So the ball is officially placed on the 23.
30.
Hold will be on the 30.
Let you guys do the math here.
Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick will be short.
Yeah, it was not a good snap again. It was low and on the ground, and they're going to need to work on that a little bit because they've got literally, I'm not making this up, an all-state kicker who cannot get off a good kick because he's not getting good snaps and good holds.
Well, yeah, and the holder right there, your quarterback's there, but there's an art to that.
Oh,
absolutely. That ball was low, but that ball was catchable and placeable. It's a tough job to do. It's great when you can find a specialist to do that.
Did Deontay do that last year? I don't recall.
Nope.
I don't think he did.
No, they had one of the backup kickers.
One of the Martinis.
Okay. Well, I mean that's part of learning, right? I mean it's early in the season and we'll get better at that.
Yeah, Neiman's still in a quarterback.
Yep. Takes the ball, hands it off over the middle. A little bit of running room there.
Elijah Ford with the tackle.
If I'm Colerain's defensive coordinator with Neiman in there, I overplay the running back. He can run, but he is not the threat that Horton is to take it to distance, I don't believe.
No, I agree. I don't think he is at all.
But you're also going to let them run when you're up 3+ scores with 5 minutes to play.
Only 5 minutes left in the game. Down 23-0.
Eric Phillips is really big.
He's a giant now. I mean, he did not look like that last year. He had one of those junior year growth spurts, and now he's a man among boys out there. There's a run around to the right side. Looks about 1 yard gain on the play, maybe 2. Luke Bolden on the tackle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is true. I might be making this up. But wearing 99 this year, they petitioned the high school association to let him get a 3rd digit. He's so big.
his jokes are really bad. Like when his jokes land, they're good, but when they miss,
What they
are
miss.
really
Hey, you got to
bad.
swing for the fences. 3rd down and 3. Neiman looks to the sidelines for the
that
adjustment
was
of the play.
bad.
I know.
3rd and 3.
It was funny in my head.
Yeah, that's all that matters. You
Yes,
found it
I
funny.
entertained myself.
Party of one. Snap is back. He's got it. It's a quick pass out. Caught for the first down.
Passes complete.
Keeps him in bounds. The clock temporarily will stop
Kevin Swift for
until they move the chains. 4 minutes left to play.
Again, we want to thank all of you for listening and watching live on wearecolerain.com. We will be back next week, same time, 7 o'clock Friday night, but this time we take the show on the road and head to North Bend, not to visit this team on North Bend, but the blue team on North Bend, the St. X Bombers, where the Cards and Bombers renew their annual rivalry. There's a handoff in the backfield to number 6. He's taken down right at the 35-yard line, going to get about 2 yards on the play.
Kevin Howard with the carry bit again. Elijah Ford manning that other outside linebacker. And he's the guy. He's going to be a key call for this Cardinal defense because he, along with him and Hamza Abdul-Wahid in offense, they're the sub for Ivan Pace when he's not in the game.
2nd and 8.
Assuming this is the last series of the game, which I don't think it will be, but
No.
if it is, and even if it isn't, think about this. Colerain was shut out in the second half. They didn't score a point. I mean, two bad field goal attempts because of snaps and holds, and the offense killing themselves with penalties. There's a handoff once again to 6. He's going to get positive yards up to the 40. I mean, Lasalle, I think, has conceded the game. There's under 3 minutes to go. They're down 23-0. Presumably their second team is in. The Cardinals are bringing in some second team members here on defense. So the game is no longer in question. But there's a lot to work on for the Cardinals, right? Again, tip your cap to the
You're playing
opponent.
one of the best defenses in the city.
They are, absolutely. So tip your cap to them. But I think there's a lot that can be learned and grown, and they'll have to do that because they're going to play as good or a better defense next week when they play St. Xavier.
Colerain calls a timeout. With the substitution, a play confusion right there.
Yeah,
But,
you had Jaquan Jackson checking at corner. You had Daryl Patrick checking an outside linebacker.
And again, thanks you all for listening to home. Shout out Justin Poole, listening from Cheviot Road. Justin, is it better to hear us talking, or you could almost probably hear the PA from your house? Not calling you out, but buy a ticket, get here next week.
A couple quick score updates. Fairfield 35, Centerville 21. Little scoring pickup in Mason. Mason 10, Springboro 6. Sycamore 33, Loveland 7. East Central Oak Hills tied at 21.
Wow.
Elder on top of Gahanna Lincoln 24-0. St. X last update 34-0 over Lakota West.
3rd down and 3. Neiman at quarterback.
Snap is back. There's a handoff again, and once again a tackle is made. I think he's going to get just enough for the first down.
It's going to be very close depending on the spot, but
Yep.
they give him the spot.
Daryl Patrick with the tackle. And you talk about multi-sport athletes. Daryl Patrick, Ivan Pace Jr., Hamza Abdul-Wahid, all wrestlers, and you can see it on the way they attack, and physical out there on the football field. If that's the same Daryl Patrick, I hope it is.
I'm not going to correct you because you never correct me.
Snap is back. There's a high handoff in the backfield. Makes several guys miss. Taken down. Picked up about 3 yards on the play. Number 6, the ball carrier once again.
That's Howard carry, and a good play again by Daryl Patrick on the outside. He keeps contained, never lets the play get the outside of him. And Dante Corleone, or is that Dante Corleone? Yeah, that's Dante Corleone, cleans it up.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the game. Colerain up 23-0. And again, the story is going to be the play of their defense. Who's our player of the game, guys? What do you think? We got. Oh boy, I'll tell you.
Kevin Howard, the ball carrier, brought down by Descartes.
Good run by Howard. He's forced out by Patterson.
We can't do 2. We got to only do 1.
Those are my options. Those are my votes.
Those were my 2 thoughts as well.
So Brian breaks the tie. My father breaks the tie.
Okay. So do we announce that now or no? You'll have to tune in.
Not tune in.
Well,
wait.
no, they can tune. They can wait, and we'll do our post game.
I think we have a consensus. We can just go ahead and say it.
Well, no. Let's
draw it out.
It's a teaser.
I'll give you a hint. He plays for the Colerain Cardinals.
Yes. Fakes the handoff, does it? DeMar keeps it, finds some room, but is tackled.
By Mike Bess.
Yeah, this time overplayed the running back like I told him to. He keeps it. Good decision by Neiman. This is the first series LaSalle Lancers has taken into Colerain territory. Come on, let's shut up.
That. It's already happened like twice.
I know.
Okay.
It just sounds better.
It does. It sounds impressive.
But I want to keep this shutout. 1:25 left to play. 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams. I'm sure LaSalle with 3 timeouts. There's a handoff over the middle, and the Colerain defense collapses.
Not sure who was under that pile. One of the defensive tackles just kind of pushed the guard into it. Eric Phillips is going to get credit for the tackle, but somebody under that pile should get credit. That might have been.
So we are now with 1 minute to play. 3rd and 5.
The reason we're gonna ask all of our listeners and viewers to check back on our Twitter account later this evening and check out for the post-game interview with Coach Bolton. Does he do that on Twitter or Facebook? I'm never behind the camera. I can't tell.
Twitter.
It's on Twitter, and that's where we'll also do a player of the game. We'll announce it. We'll interview him.
It will now be 1st and 10 for the Lancers.
We've got a really cool WeAreColerain.com shirt we're going to give him. Hopefully it's big enough.
Or small enough. You never know.
Yeah, some of the guys like them tight, right? Who knows? We'll find out. So that was a neutral zone infraction.
You know what? We haven't mentioned it yet. The student section from Colerain been vocal all night, and one of the largest student sections we've had in a long time. Wearing all orange in tribute to Bertram.
Yep, there's a handoff in the backfield and
53.
taken down by number 53.
Mason Hill.
That's got to feel good to get your name
So
called.
they got time if they want to snap, but it does not look like
They do
LaSalle.
not have to run another play, and it looks like the Lancers will not run another play.
Wow. They're just going to walk off the field with 15 seconds left, and they are going to get shut out by the Colerain Cardinals, who may have played their last game against the LaSalle Lancers, and they end it in emphatic fashion with a 23-0 shutout to start the 2018 season. Gentlemen, a lot of things to be said here about tonight.
And as the clock clicks 0, it's a 23-0 shutout for the Colerain Cardinals. You know what? They weren't the prettiest on offense, but special teams and defense dominated this game for the Colerain Cardinals.
Yeah, the turnovers deep early. LaSalle spotting Colerain to an early lead. Both teams scoreless in the second half. But when you've got a lead, you get a little conservative. It was a defensive struggle that we thought it would be. Just the most mistakes were made by the LaSalle Lancers.
So for Mike Rourke, Chris Simonitis, Brian White, I'm Brandon White. Thank you for listening to Colerain Football on Waycross Community Media and WeAreColerain.com. We'll see you next week as the Colerain Cardinals will travel to the St. Xavier Bombers in another neighborhood rival. Thank you for listening to Waycross Community Media.